I salute you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You see, I don't just want to allow this week to go without me coming to say hi to you. How is life? How are you doing? I hope you are taking advantage of your life and you are making things happen. I hope you are taking advantage of Tinubu economics or economy. Which one? I hope you are taking advantage of Tinubu economy without allowing anybody to make you miss it. Don't miss it. Don't miss Tinubu economy. I salute you wherever you are. Of course, my name is Akparawa Nsima, the first son of Idu. The first son of Idu is here. I'm from Akwa Ibom. Akwa Ibom ya. Abasiri Ongendofo. Akwa Ibom ya. Mbobadie. I salute you. Thank you. Mbobadie, how are you? How is everything? Mbobadie, how is everything? Asagadia. Dia was Mbok. Dia was Mbok. Okay. The time now is 5 minutes past the hour of 10 p.m. Of course, it should be around 11 p.m. in Nigeria. American soldiers are in Nigeria now. Yes. American soldiers are in Nigeria now. Okay. So what is it going to happen? What is going to happen to you? Because American soldiers are in What are they looking for? Waiting in the fine. Okay, they are looking for you. Saudi Solomon, I salute you. Thank you very much. Solomon, sir. I salute you. How is work? How is family? Hope everything is fine. Thank you. How is everything there? How do you feel about President Tinubu government? What is your judgment? What do you think? Collins is laughing. You guys are funny people, you know? Collins, now you talk, now you laugh. Now you break the news, now you laugh. Now you they cry, now you they. Now what for you? You are very ignorant. And each time I hear you people talk, you talk so ignorant. How can American soldiers come to Nigeria if Nigeria government did not invite them? Or how can anybody, any other person invade the country? You must be under the authority of the government. It can never happen. I get it now. So I don't know why you always talk out of ignorance. It's a pity. You guys are still ignorant of yourself. That was the same way you guys were shouting, Tinubu cannot become president. Military takeover. I can remember those days. Now, finally, you guys have been busted of your plans to overthrow the government. And you are still celebrating that that's the right thing to do. That shows how ignorant you are, man. If there are people that used to argue with you, me, I don't argue with you guys anymore. Before, I used to argue because I was trying to educate you guys. I was trying to educate Igbos. Igbos are the most stupidest people ever on this planet. Because nobody have been telling it to them. But me, I'm not afraid to tell it to them. They are the most stupidest people. I've been educating people for so many years. If people have refused to accept. So at 60 years, you guys cannot take any instruction. Guys, I think, please let me know if you can hear me on my YouTube and my X, wherever you are. Let's start this conversation. Faith the best. Thank you very much. Lawyer Henry Jones say illiterate. How is Tinubu winning? I just wasted 1 second of my time watching this idiot. All of you, now you they put lawyer for your name. Now they put all kinds of things. But with your lawyer, you cannot help your brother who is in Sokoto prison. Come on here. Somebody say he's a lawyer. Somebody is a lawyer but cannot help his brother in Sokoto prison. He says he's a lawyer. If I'm a lawyer, I'll be ashamed of myself. If I'm a lawyer and my brother is in Sokoto prison, I will be ashamed of myself. Thank God I'm not a lawyer. Yeah, you guys keep disgracing yourself. My topic today is Tinubu shock them. Tinubu shock them and continue to shock them. You understand me? Tinubu shock them and continue to shock them. Atiku, Obi, El Rufai, and others, they are shocked that President Tinubu keeps on winning. I get me now. They are very, very shocked that President Tinubu keeps on winning. Emmanuel say he shock your family. He shock you. He dey shock you. Like play. He's going. Oh, he's gonna get 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7, 8. Now wow. He's going. The city boy is on the throne. The city boy is on the throne. Nothing can stop the city boy. Where is Obi? Where is Atiku? Where is El Rufai? The topic today is Tinubu shock them. Tinubu continue to win. Look at how all of the failures they gather together in the name of ADC. Obi is a failure because he decided to gather with criminals. ADC today is a ganged up of failed politicians, former criminals, and aspiring criminals. Please help me to define ADC. Can you define ADC today in Nigeria? Looking at what has happened today, the members and everybody, everybody that is in ADC. ADC is a ganged up of failed politicians, failed former criminals, and aspiring criminals. That's what ADC stands for. That is what it literally means. You understand me? So Obi, Atiku, El Rufai, all of them are shocked, and others they are shocked that President Tinubu continue to win, despite all these shenanigans, despite all the misinformation, despite all the kidnapping, despite all the bad news that they are bringing. But President Tinubu continue to win. That is why I'm saying President Tinubu shocked them. They plenty. The city boy is on the throne. So yeah, today's date is of course, the 4th of February. I said, I'm not just going to allow this week to go by because, as you can see, like, I have a lot of activities such that sometimes when I'm back from my activities to come and do my life is very challenging because I'm very, very overwhelmed. Well, I mean, I don't want to use other word. I'm like tired and so sometimes I'm not able to do my life, but I have a lot of things to say, So today I say, I must try to say something, even if it's not going to be too long. I get me now. Now let's go straight to the point. Sunday Clement, I see you. You are loud and clear. Thank you very much, Sir Sunday. I salute you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate we shall stand, Bola. On your mandate, Tinubu. On your mandate, Bola. On your mandate we shall stand. We shall stand. On your mandate we shall stand. We shall stand. On your mandate we shall stand, Bola. On your mandate, Tinubu. On your mandate, Asiwaju. On your mandate we shall stand. We shall stand on your mandate. We shall stand, the city boy. On your mandate, we shall stand, Jagaban. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate, we shall stand. You see, the reason why I'm singing that song is because the city boy is on the throne. I want Obi Kererenke to understand that the city boy is on the throne. If he likes, we challenge him. Come and try it. I want Atiku. I want Atiku to know that the city boy is on the throne. If he like, he should come and try. There's no two ways about it. El Rufai, that one a failure. Now because you don't get a minister, they say they pay now. Yes, I mean, all of them that have ganged up against President Tinubu, I just want them to understand that the city boy is on the throne. Despite all the lies, despite all the propaganda, the city boy is still on the throne. Now, let us look at the recent one. The recent one is how they were trying to destabilize President Tinubu government. In just less than 2 years, all of a sudden, they were not patient enough. Before, and they were thinking that President Tinubu would die. See, my broadcast would always go straight to the point. We know they lie. We know they waste time. I get me now. They were thinking that President Tinubu will buy. How many of you remember when they? Oh my God, the news were everywhere. News of how President Tinubu have been hospitalized. News of how President Tinubu has been bedridden, or is it wheelchair? All kinds of things across all board, especially the IPOP Biafra Igbo group platforms. They share all kinds of news. They break news, fake news about President Tinubu's health, about President Tinubu's demise or demise. They said all kinds of negative things. In fact, we saw at a certain point where they took President Tinubu to all these their fake churches. Most churches in Nigeria are fake. That is the truth. They are fake. We will call them out when it's Irish. We are not joking. We will call them out by their name, by the name of their pastor, by how they conduct their fake stuff. We will call them out. And others. We saw how all these people gathered against President Tinubu. They prayed and their prayer failed, which means their God failed. But the fact is that because they cannot take what do you call it, audit, they cannot examine themselves. They are still worshiping the fake God, a God that failed. Obi's God failed. Obi's churches failed. All of them, they gathered against President Tinubu, and all of them failed. I just wanted to remind you there was a time like that in this Nigeria, even before and during, after President Tinubu won election. All the churches that gathered against President Tinubu presidency, when they were talking about Muslim, all those churches failed. Can you identify them? Because you're foolish. You are still going there. You are still going to places where they all gathered and prayed. They did fasting and all kinds of things. And these prayers did not work. It will never work because it's not of God. God did not send them. Those guys are not ordained. They are just there to deceive you and collect your money. But because you don't value yourself, you are still allowing people to lead you. You are still allowing people to confuse you. You did not take notice of these people, how they all prophesied and all their prophecies failed and failed woefully. Why? You should ask yourself, why did their prophecy fail? Because the prophecy is not of God. It is not God that sent it to them. The real prophecy that actually came to pass is the prophecy that President Tinubu will emerge as the president of Nigeria, and he's going to be the last man standing that is going to change in Nigeria to a working country. Is the last man standing that is going to put Nigeria back on track. The last man standing that is going to crack the code to take Nigeria out of a third world status to a developed one. That is the prophecy that actually came to pass. There was a prophecy. There was two kinds of prophecy. The prophecy that came to pass and the prophecy that failed. The prophecy that came to pass were prophecy of people that truly love God and want the progress of Nigeria. But those prophecies that failed are the prophecies of the fake pastors, fake bishops, and fake all of them, that do not want the progress of the country, and their prophecies failed. The fact is that many people that did not call them out just want to leave it because they don't want to mingle themselves with anything church or religion, because some people will misunderstood it. Some religion, people take it so personal. So it's like the opium of the people. So sometimes it's very challenging to discuss or to point out something that is really not working or something that is a fake, because people will misinterpret you. That is why people just ignore it and don't want to talk about. But me, I will tell you how you have forgotten a time. I want you to do a self-reflection. If you are still visiting all those your pastor that gave fake pastors, remember, you know yourself. You know yourself how those your fake pastors raised a prayer point and told you to pray for Tinubu to fail so that Obi will win. You know all of that. Check yourself. It's a self-assessment. Go and check yourself. What are you still doing with failures? Because the reason why you are complaining in this life, the reason why you are complaining about Tinubu, about the progress of the government or anybody, is because of you are a failure yourself. You have not made it. You still associate yourself with failures. You still don't want to progress. The reason why all of you are complaining, because you are in the losing side. You have lost. You're on the side that is not working, is not winning. If you're on the right side that is winning, you will never complain. You will be shouting hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. The city boy is on the throne. We are on the winning side. Obi ganged up with others, failed. Atiku ganged up with others, failed. And others, they all ganged up and they failed. Now, I want to tell you the recent one. How in 2 years, not even up to 2 years, Obi, Atiku, El Rufai, and others, they all ganged up. Even David Mark. Yes, I mean, David Mark can't go up and all of them, they say, they want to form a coalition that is going to defeat Tinubu. Listen, it's not a coalition that is going to move Nigeria forward. I want you to know a coalition called APC, ADC. You see, that is the confusion. They want to use ADC and APC to confuse people. But that's, by the way, that's not going to work. Remember, when they all came together, including Obi, Atiku, El Rufai, and others, David Mark, and mention all of them, there are plenty. When they say, they want to form a coalition, what was the purpose of the coalition? What was the objective of the coalition? I just want to explain to you how this thing failed even before it arrived. How the coalition of Atiku, Obi, El Rufai continued to fail even before the arrival of the coalition or the party. Now, Sammy, Atiku hijacked ADC now. He cannot start anything from scratch. That is why Tinubu is still the king. Tinubu is still Jagaban. Tinubu is still the city boy. Nobody can compete with President Tinubu. They cannot. Their credentials is not up to the level of President. Even Atiku. Maybe apart from age or apart from what would I say? There's nothing. What is special about Atiku? Nothing. That's the truth. Atiku is just a common man like every other person. He only had opportunity to misuse the resources that was given to him in government when he had opportunity. It's the same. You know, so all of them don't have any credentials that is bigger than President Tinubu. Look at the political experience of President Tinubu and Atiku. What is it about? Nothing. You can't compare it. I can't compare it. You understand me? Can't compare it. So Obi, Atiku, El Rufai, they all came together because they wanted to defeat Tinubu. It's not that they want the progress of Nigeria. Listen, you guys don't pay attention. That's why I know that people supporting ADC are criminals. Anybody supporting ADC today is a criminal. Who is a criminal? You must not necessarily take money if you are aiding and abetting, you are a criminal too. So anybody that is supporting ADC, they are all criminals. Obi is a criminal because he's aiding and supporting people that fail the country, people that make this country not to work. Obi is as if he's not even just supporting. He was one of the people that failed this country. Obi himself. It's because people are not saying the truth. If we really want to move this country forward, let's talk about it. Let's talk about, when I hear Obi talking about a new Nigeria, I say, how can you, an old Nigeria, bring a new Nigeria? Obi, an old Nigeria. Obi belongs to the old order of politicians that failed this country. Atiku is it. Atiku even laments. That is why we can accept Atiku easily than Obi, because Obi cannot admit to the criminality, to the crime, and to the atrocities, and to the suffer that he has added to this country. Obi cannot admit to it. That is a hardened criminal. Do you understand how I describe it now? Obi is a hardened criminal in the fact that he cannot admit to the fact that he was part of the people who destroyed this country. Obi was a governor 8 years. He was also part of a Goodluck Jonathan Economic Council. Before then, Obi enjoyed Abacha. The monies that Obi is using today, Obi did not make it. Obi took the money from our purse, from the federal, from Nigerian resources. How did Obi make it? Obi did not make it. All these politicians, they cannot come and say they all made it because they took the money from our purse. All these politicians in Nigeria, including Obi, is Obi not a politician? Obi is a politician. He all took the money just like every other politician took the money from the Nigerian purse. They failed to use the resources for the development of the people. That's the truth. Obi is one of even the number one person who took the money even before Tinubu or before even Atiku. Obi was there with Abacha when others were complaining. Obi was enjoying the resources of this country. So it is only foolish people. I think in this campaign, what we are going to do, we are going to take time to expose to ignorant people who are saying that they want a new Nigeria, but they are supporting Obi because Obi is not a new Nigeria. Obi is not a new Nigeria. I prefer you even support Atiku than to support Obi, because Atiku has come out to open up that, yes, he admitted that he misused the resources of the country. Have you not seen a video where Atiku was admitted that over 12 billion, is it 12 billion? 12 billion. That is the money that at least we know that is in the public. 12 billion was marked for development of our electricity or power supply or whatever. But that money was misused. He even said that he regretted it. That is why I like Atiku than Obi. You see, Atiku came out to say that he regretted ever misusing the resources of Nigeria for the progress of. But Obi is pretending. Every day, Obi have so many wealth. You see, there's a reason why I'm comparing this, so that you will understand this conversation. Because I'm telling you that we are not going to keep quiet and allow these people to deceive people that this. You see, when Obi came out first time, Obi deceived many people that were so ignorant. As at that time, Nigerians were so desperate for a change of. Oh, Atiku is not. Come.
Even Gumi, he goes to Gumi.
So that's what we are talking about. So please come forward for it.
True. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for tapping. God bless you.
Okay.
All right. Okay. You see, the brother said that if there is anybody that can identify 3 persons, call out 3 persons that worked with Obi when he was a governor, or 3 persons that worked with Obi at any point in time that is still working with him. Nobody has worked with Obi that are still working with Obi. Nobody. The other day, I played a video of where the chairman of APGA told everybody that Obi will never amount to anything until he comes back to APGA. And for me, I feel that is what is happening to Obi. Because according to them, they say they took an oath. Is it oath or oath, whatever they call it? They took an oath that Obi took an oath that he will never leave APGA. But he left APGA. In fact, when Obi was in Labour Party, they interviewed him. Obi said he will never leave Labour Party too. You see what we are talking about? So you see. So I've given you a lot of points of what President Tinubu have done, even as a governor. We saw what he did in Lagos, and now we are seeing the same hand in Nigeria. As it stands now, Nigerians are enjoying 100% scholarship. If you are serious and if you need to go to school, you don't have any stress anymore. And these are the kind of scholarship that President Tinubu has offered. Is the same scholarship that many people are enjoying abroad. Families are enjoying abroad. You go to school free of charge. They give you stipends. My brother, Tinubu is a master. They should be clapping for him. That is why I said Obi Atiku El Rufai and others are shocked to see President Tinubu continue to win. Because President Tinubu is winning in every angle. And that goes to the second point. The first point was how they all prayed. With all their prayers, their prayer did not answer. That's the first point. If you're among the people that prayed for President Tinubu to fail, to fail the election or to lose the election, shame on you. Even though some of you might realize your mistakes right now, but you know yourself. I'm aware of so many people who they say they prayed for President Tinubu to fail or never to win election. Some of them have different reasons. They say Muslim ticket. Some say it's our old man. They say they gave so many excuses. Shame on to all of you that did that. Shame on you. That was the first thing that happened. That was the first thing we witnessed. How they all prayed and wished President Tinubu dead. In fact, they made so many publications everywhere that they show even pictures of President Tinubu lying down somewhere and that he was sick, this and that and that. So they all failed in that regard. They failed woefully. I don't even want to go to the fact that, of course, during the initial term, immediately President Tinubu won election, all of them were opposing it, saying that it's going to be a military takeover. They prefer military takeover. And we have seen how that has come out now, how that has transpired up to this point, that the people that plotted the coups, Igbos cannot be exempted. They were behind the coup plotting. Just like they have always been involved in every other thing. Igbo Biafra. I'm talking about Igbo Biafra. And Igbos, and let me use that word, Igbos. Anybody that want to get angry should go and find out what I'm talking about. If there are people that don't want to tell you the truth, we know the truth, and I'm telling you, if you can be hiding, you can hide. But I tell you the truth, these are the things that happen, and it has already been exposed anyway. So there were, in fact, the greater amount of people who wish President Tinubu dead were Igbos, Igbo Biafra, IPOP people. They make publications, propaganda everywhere. We saw it. If you cannot confirm what I'm saying, then you were not here. You did not know what happened during that time. But we all knew what happened. They were all lying against President. They were all creating all kinds of panics, all kinds of things. So yeah, the second one I want to discuss that President Tinubu have shocked them, show them that he's still winning. They are all learning. Obi, Atiku, El Rufai, they are learning from the master, President Tinubu. They are all learning from him, man. It's unfortunate that they cannot speak up. They are ashamed. They don't want to man enough. They don't want to be bold. And that is why they can never win. You see, they are embarrassed on what they are learning. Instead of them to show, to embrace the embarrassment so that you can learn and progress. Obi can never progress past anything. He will continue deceiving people just like the way he's doing because he doesn't want to say the truth. He doesn't want to admit what his failures and he doesn't want to be embarrassed. And as long as you don't admit, be embarrassed, you can never win. Success is embedded on the embarrassment. If you cannot be embarrassed to do whatever you believe, then you are not ready. You understand me? So you say the truth. That is when we know that you are sincere and you are genuine. They will never progress, including Erufai and Atiku, because they don't want to say the truth. They cover up the truth to present themselves as a saint. That is why they will fail, because it's a lie. There is no politician that is a saint. That is why I know that Obi is a failure. Anybody following him is a big failure, because there is no politician that is a saint. There is no politician that have not stolen money anywhere in the world. There is no politician. There is no politician. So when Obi tried to present himself as a saint, as someone who has not stolen money, as someone who has not done anything bad, even as a governor, Obi always presents himself as if he has never been in power, as if he doesn't have friends, as if he's not among the political class. Have you noticed? Obi has always presented himself as he's not political class. Obi has always presented himself as if he has not been in governance before, as if he has not had opportunity to lead before. So why is he doing that? Is because he knows that he has some gullible followers, foolish followers, ignorant followers that do not ask questions. And that is why Obi do it. Everything that Obi is doing is because he knows that this generation were not born maybe when he was working with Abacha. Many of the generations were not matured enough when he was a governor, because it's been 20 years or thereabout. Is it 12 years? 20 years, right? How many years now? How many years Obi was a governor? Many people shouting today, they don't know. Many so-called youth who are now influencers on social media gimmicks. That is why many of Obi's followers are on social media. Some people call him social media president, because those people following him are Gen Zs or people who are just ignorant, most of them on social media, who do not remember facts and stuff. And that is why when you look at their lives, the lives of these people are also poor. And these people are poor, and Obis know how to use their brain, because he knows that they will remain poor forever as long as they follow him. Because if you want to progress, you should be following the progressive group, the progressive mindset, the APC, the President Tinubu of this world, the successful people. Because as I'm talking to you, Nigeria is locked for progress under President Tinubu. Nigeria is already locked up for 100 years to come, 50 years to come under President Tinubu leadership. You will see how we continue, because that's the only way we can protect the success that President Tinubu is bringing. So many people are alive. So many people are thinking, oh, if President Tinubu finish, who is going to be the next person that is going to maintain this progress, that is going to maintain this success, that is going to continue in the path of success that President Tinubu has done? Many people have worried about that. But I tell them that is the least thing you should worry about, because historically, as we know President Tinubu, he will never leave office to anybody who is a novice, or even if there's a mistake that they put anybody that is a mistake there, they will make sure that person they pull that person out. Telling me there is progress. Nigeria is meant to progress. Nigeria is supposed to be progressed, backed up for progress as it stands now under President Tinubu. So 50 years, 100 years to come, Nigeria is locked up. So if you are not on the side of the winning team, forget it. If you are not with the city boy, forget it. I'm telling you. Those who I did not tell you, mark my words today. Mark my words today. For over 60 years, we have allowed other people, both Hausa, other people, real Nigeria, but they never changed the country. Now, President Tinubu have come to take Nigeria out of the third world status. You think that we will allow the country to slip backward? No, we cannot. Nigeria must progress on this path of success. Taking us out of the third world status is not something that we should allow it to flip back. So President Tinubu has already progressed. All of us have progressed. It's only those people that cannot see. Those people that cannot see, you hear them say, oh, hunger, 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 hunger. When you now ask them specifically, who is hungry? Is it you? Are you hungry? They say, no, it's not me that's hungry. So who is hungry? They don't know. They just assume that people are hungry. What do you mean by people are hungry? No, people are progressed. Life is progressed. That's how it is. The country is progressed, just like every other country has progressed. It can never remain the same. The things you used to buy years ago cannot be the same price today. It will never go back. It's moving forward. Just like your age can never be reduced. How old were you 10 years ago and now? How old are you? Is it the same? No. So how do you expect the price of food to still be the same? It's not possible. Some people make reference to when they used to buy gari, 5 naira, or this in Gbogbo gari, 5 naira or 10 naira. Some people make reference to how they used to buy rice, maybe a bucket or a bucket, right? A bucket. That used to buy it less price, and now, so no, those things are not going to, except you plant your own. The only time food can be very, very cheap is when we plant, when all of us do farming together. When are we going to do farming together? When people are running away from farming, giving excuses, oh, hey, man, this and that. But all those things are not happening because we can see even foreigners are coming to do farming in our land. Foreigners like the Chinese and all these people, they already come in. Can you believe that Chinese are now planting yam and they are selling that yam to Nigeria after the harvest? But the same Nigerians say, oh, they cannot plant yam. Are you see how foolish you are? How foolish you are? All these foreigners are coming to do things. They are even processing gari, our own gari. The Chinese are processing our gari and they are not selling it to Nigerians. And they buy it and say, oh, gari is expensive. Do you understand what I'm saying? So these are people that are meant to complain and they will forever complain. That's why I tell it to them. If you are poor, you are poor. You can never be rich. It is difficult for a poor man to be rich. Do you know why? Because a poor man will continue in his routine, will continue doing the same thing, cannot change, cannot be educated, cannot learn on learn. There's a factor of fear that, oh, if I stop this job, how can I eat the next moment? Man, as long as you continue doing the job, you continue to be poor. You continue to be at the same level. If you want to change your life, there are a lot of things that are involved to change. Can you take risk? Poverty people don't take risks. So as long as they don't take risks, they will remain the way they is. So I tell you, even Jesus Christ come now to rule Nigeria, they will still fail. Is Jesus Christ not giving most of these people salvation? Why are they still poor? You know, those Christians that shout, oh, Christians, they are still poor today. If their God has not solved their problem. But you see most of those people coming to talk down on President Tinubu. How old are you when you received your Jesus? Have you been saved? Have you got what you need? Have you got all your money? I thought you say Jesus was made poor so that we'll be rich. So most of you that are talking rubbish, has your God or your Jesus not led you astray for years that you have served him? Are you rich? Can you say you are rich? By the way, because some people will misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm just giving you a very simple analogy because you say you have a salvation, but you have never been rich. That's why you're still complaining. But I thought they told you that when you receive this Christ into your life, that you are rich, that you are able to allow you to be okay, that you'll never be sick. But why are you still sick? So I'm just giving you an example so that you understand this thing is mental thing. Whatever problem you are passing through is mental. It's not President Tinubu. President Tinubu will never come and feed you. He's not the one that pregnant your wife. He's not the one that pregnant your mother. Was Tinubu there when you were discussing about pregnancy, when you were carrying children, or when your mother born you, when your mother won't knock your father? Was Tinubu there? Did he decide how many children? Did he give you permission to give birth to you? Why are you putting all your family problem on President Tinubu? Why are you putting your hunger problem on President Tinubu? Why are you putting all your problems on President Tinubu? No, it will never work. You are very delusional people. Man, if I see you guys, I abuse you guys because you are stupid, man. I'm telling you, are stupid. Because even Fela still complain of so many things. I remember in Fela songs, he complained of the things that more things safe. People are complaining today. As at that time, that is why they say Fela song was revolutionary, because he was complaining of the things that was not working or the things that the government failed to do and all of that. And that thing has been there. So you that is here, if you are part of the people that are complaining, then you don't know what you are doing. What do you call it? Congratulations to Fela. Is the first African musician, or the first African musician to get a lifetime award from what is the name of this award? Lifetime award. So congratulations to Fela. Of course, they are making us proud even in your grave. So those are the powerful people who actually made progress. Go and listen to them. They complain. Everything you are complaining today were also there since then. So I decided not to be a part of people who are complaining of anything of that people complain about before. If the complaints of people, they even use music, use all kinds of things to sing and do, nothing changed. They didn't change. They even buy in the process. They even buy them. Who are you? You're just making noise. Instead of you to focus on your life and go and get a skill, go and learn something and grab what you can grab. You are just there complaining and talking nonsense about yourself. Are you getting me now? So that is all I can advise in that regards. But I know you're a poor person. You can never take advice. You will remain the same. Poor people don't take advice. They don't change. They are stuck in their old ideology. They are looking for saviors. That is how I know that Igbos are poor, because they are always looking for savior. Savior like Nnamdi Kanu who will come and save. They can contribute the old money that they have to help their savior. That's the ideology of a poor man. Is the mentality. Why the person in charge is enjoying from the wealth of their contribution. That is how it works, and that is why churches are controlling everybody, even imam, all those mosques. They are controlling poor people, basically. Did you see them control rich people? They don't control rich people. Rich people come to church anytime, and what they do is that they donate money to them so that they can use it to do this whatever they want to use, and then they can even be using those rich people's name and be preaching. They even use it in music. So that's what I'm saying. So if you want to do, if you want to make the reason why you are complaining is because you don't have money. I've said this in many times. You don't have money, man, and you are not ready to do something. You are just waiting for a miracle. You are waiting for a government to come and give you money. You are waiting for a pastor to do a miracle for you to get money. All those things are just normal things, man. Whatever you are complaining about today is not peculiar to President Tinubu, and it's not President Tinubu cannot fix Nigeria alone. That is why everybody must play a very vital part. All hands must be on deck in order to make it work. And that is why when I hear people call out only the president, I'm like, you guys are mad. You're completely mad. People like Showere, I call him too. I call him out because it's not sincere. Showere is not sincere. Because if Showere is sincere, he will also call out the governors. They're not sincere. He will say the truth that even in this government, if Showere is sincere, he could have opened up to the people and said, yes, Tinubu has actually doubled the federal allocation of governors. Okay, if Tinubu did not work well, how come the governors do not work as well? Okay, they will say, oh, they are following their Tinubu. No, that's not true. Because these people speak your language in your community. If they love you, why don't they do what they're supposed to do? And because you are stupid too, you are poor, you remain poor. You cannot ask questions. You have not been able to ask Tinubu. You have not been able to ask your governors. How come you have not used the resources to do what you're supposed to do? So you see, I'm just giving you all the story for you to understand something that upon all these things, man, these things have existed before you. Many people come and go. They complain about the same thing. But how can we make a change? The way we can make a change is to now change from complaining and holding our governors accountable, our leaders who are local accountable, because these are the people that are supposed to love us. Even if the leaders in the center do not love us, what about the leaders at the local level, at the grassroots level, our own brothers and sisters that speak our language? Can they not help us? Can they not use our money? What is stopping them to use the money that have been given to them to the progress? So if we are sincere, if we really want to change this country, if we want things to change, we should be able to do the right thing by calling out the people that is in charge, the right people, our governors, our senators, our reps, our local government chairman, to do what they're supposed to do. That is how I know that you're not serious. Man, I don't pity you, man. You continue to suffer. You will suffer, man. Nothing will happen. You understand me? You will not suffer. Whether you cry from now to tomorrow, nothing will happen. Whether you protest from now to nothing will happen. In fact, if you have law, they not buy you. They will buy you. Many people protested, they buy them. You understand me? They buy them. And it's part of the progress. That's why we say we pray for our heroes past. They all pay the price. But then why can't you do something different? You that is of 21st century, you have different information, you have different tools, different IT tools, IT ideas, what to do, different avenues on how to use this knowledge to call out people that are supposed to do the right thing. You're supposed to know the right thing to do. You refuse to do it. You say president is your problem because you don't like the president, because your own candidate did not win. That is why I know. That is how I know that you guys you are protesting because you don't like President Tinubu. You are protesting or talking down on him because he's not the candidate that you voted for. He didn't win. So your candidate did not win. So you don't like President Tinubu that won. So that is how I know. Even same with the coalition. Because now that's the second point I am. The coalition, Obi, Atiku, El Rufai, and others formed was not for the progress of Nigeria. Go and listen to them. They say they want to unseat President Tinubu. So their problem is President Tinubu, because President Tinubu have gotten there, is not giving them the same opportunity anymore, or they are not able to access the same opportunity they used to access before now. So all of them are angry that President Tinubu did not give them appointment, or that President Tinubu did not make a fine minister, or that Atiku did not get his contract. And then who again? Obi, that one is a glorified failure. So that is why all these people form a coalition just to unseat Tinubu. It's not for the progress of the country. They want to unseat Tinubu so that them themselves will be there. Look at how all the old thieves gathered together. All the members of what they call it, ADC. What are they? All the members, all of them are past governors, past senators, past political position who handle one position or the other in Nigeria, and they all failed. David Mark failed in his role as a speaker. Is he speaker? No. Deputy speaker. I don't even know what he was handling before because it wasn't relevant. He didn't do anything of value. Atiku was vice president, of course, that failed. Who again? Obi as a governor failed. El Rufai as a governor. During his time, he was, according to him, he said allegedly that he paid bandits and all kinds of criminals to be invading the state, and he paid them. So he used it as an avenue to take money from the state El Rufai. So I think it's part of the thing that did not allow him to pass through this clearance to become a minister. Thank you very much, AG. He was a Senate president, David Mark. What did he do? What did he do? What major laws did they pass? What did he do? What did all these people do? So the members of ADC all gathered, all the past failed leaders, past failed, what do they call it? Past failed leaders, past failed politicians, what do they call it? An aspiring failed future failure politician. All of them are gathered in ADC. There's nothing to offer. I get him in. There's nothing to offer. How do I know? Did you not see them sit down and a woman like Aisha Yusuf deceiving them, talking? They say he wants to become a member now. What is she talking about? Because she knows that in that position she's going to enjoy money. Aisha Yusuf, just like she enjoyed money in Labour Party. As allegedly, we saw her with new car. So she knows. So do you understand me? So these are the things that they have done against President Tinubu, and they all failed. They came together 2 years in government. They wanted to destabilize President Tinubu government because people are not paying attention. That's why I'm bringing to your attention these things. How Atiku, Obi, El Rufai gathered themselves in order to destabilize President Tinubu government in 2 years. 2 years into his government, which is not normal in any political setting in Nigeria. But in this time around, two years to President Tinubu government, we saw Atiku gather, Obi gathered, El Rufai gathered. They all planned coalition. They all set a trap. They all planned a coup against President Tinubu, but that failed. That failed. So President Tinubu continued to win them. The coalition that Atiku, El Rufai, and all of them put together failed even before arrival. Up to today, the coalition does not work anymore. They are recently trying to gather people again in order to see what is going to happen. You see, they gather people like Obi, but just like I said before, Obi has become a liability. Do you know why? Because Obi don't cast. All the lies go and verify. People cannot see for who he is, see him for who he is. For who he is. He told us that he doesn't want to be part of a structure of criminality. But today, Obi is even begging the structure of criminality to give him vice presidential and this thing ticket. I get it me now. Obi is actually begging Atiku as it stands now. Obi is begging Atiku to give him vice presidential ticket. Obi is begging Atiku to give vice presidential ticket. And now Atiku is beginning to think that, man, why will I jeopardize the turn of the North? Why will I jeopardize my chances? Because it's just 1 turn for President Tinubu to finish, and the mandate will return back to the North. So I'm sure that Atiku will not be foolish. Atiku is just doing it just to be in position so that he will continue to be relevant after President Tinubu, because the North knows that after President Tinubu, this thing, it is the turn of the North. So the North will not be stupid to bring people like Obi to come and destabilize this thing. All those things are, where is this thing? All those things are nonsense things. Are you getting me now? So do you understand me? So all Obi is a liability right now. That is why Atiku is contemplating if he's going to take Amechi or another person to run. And all those guys, no matter anybody picked, he picks, is none of them is going to challenge President. They don't have the capacity to challenge President Tinubu because right now President Tinubu have touched lives. That's why for me, I said, I want to be like President Tinubu. Do you know President Tinubu have touched lives. President Tinubu having personal relationships with people who are working with him. Go and check the history. Many people are working with President Tinubu today. They all had an encounter with President Tinubu and personal relationship, which he has built after a long period of time with reputation, with sincerity, with trust and loyalty. Look at Wike today. Many people have aspired. Many people have said so many things about Wike. Say, let Tinubu sack him. Let's do this. You have just said okay because you don't understand what it means. Test of loyalty. Wike has it. Wike have it. Tinubu knows. Tinubu is not going to let go of that because President Tinubu is a leader. He understands what it means to be a transformational leader. If you let go of somebody who have been so loyal to you, do you know the signal you are sending to every other person? So President Tinubu understands this game. That is why I pity all these Obingos, all these Igbos that just came into politics. Their ideology and analysis does not align because they don't understand what it is. It's just they are just thinking by emotions or sentiment. They don't understand how things work together. Everybody in the political space know right now that Obi is a liability. He has nothing to offer. He has nothing to offer. He does not have any structure. He cannot command any crowd, even in the southeast. As it stands now, President Tinubu have positioned himself in the southeast. There are so many Igbos that are coming on board right now. There are so many Igbos, whether it's true, whether they are doing it sincerely or they are lying, or they are no problem yet. When we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. But right now, we have seen so many Igbos coming out to identify with President Tinubu. So as it stands now, President Tinubu have positioned himself even in the southeast, where Igbos are. Igbos that don't love President Tinubu. As it stands now, President Tinubu have positioned himself. Can we talk about Enugu? Enugu has already been positioned. We can get 25% in Enugu. Can we talk about Imo State? Imo State has already been positioned. We can get 25%. Can we talk about Abia State? Abia State has been positioned already. Trust me, we can get 25% there. What about Anambra? Of course, Soludo is there. We can get 25%. Where else? Ebonyi. 25% is there. But guess what? The game has changed because right now, one of the prominent person in Igbo land, Obi Kubana, is now the zonal leader, the political leader for the city boy movement in the southeast. So the plan has changed. The dynamics have changed. So as it stands now, from the 5 states in the southeast, we can see President Tinubu already having 25% because as part of the constitution, criteria, constitution, requirements of the constitution, 25% is already guaranteed in the southeast. Then in the south, oh my God, is a done deal. We are looking at 100% for President Tinubu, 100%, not just 100%. We are going to change in this 2027 election, guys, is going to be a voice. It doesn't mean it's a celebration of legacy. People will voice out. People that have not voted for years. What is the population of Nigeria? Over 200 and something. How many? Look at the elections. The outcome of the INEC every time is always President Tinubu during that time was almost 8 million something. Atiku was how many? Obi was how many? Put all of them together, it wasn't even up to 30 million or 50 million of Nigeria. We have over 200 something Nigerians. So what are we talking about? So this time around, this 2020 election, you are going to see numbers that you have never seen before. You are going to see. That's why you see APC. They have started a grassroots registration to their party because they understand that they are new voters. There's emergence of new voters right now. Because after they have seen President Tinubu performance, many people are rooting for President Tinubu this time around. You can see that President Tinubu have a sincere heart to take Nigeria from a third world status to a developed one. That means if we need to crush people, we need to crush people. If we need to, what we need to do, we need to do in order to take Nigeria from a third world status to a developed status. It doesn't matter who wants to become a stumbling block. It doesn't matter how you are, whatever your situation. If you cannot align for the progress that is coming, that's already online. Did you not listen to the statement of the World Bank today? Is it World Bank or is it IMF or whatever they said? That there's a consistency, there's a stability, there's a new emergence of leadership or progress that have happened under President Tinubu due to his consistent reforms and economic policies. That is the verdict of the IMF. Some people might say, "Oh, okay, the IMF is the people that kept us poor, is people that make us to be who remain in this situation and all of that." No, man, you need to use knowledge. You need to. These are the instruments of that they use all over the world to judge, and so you need to work with all these things. Even there is nobody that can interfere or do anything in you, your family, or any place is when if you don't give, if somebody from the inside will not give permission. And that is what I'm talking about. So we saw the report today. We are not even talking about how Nigeria has been ranked as one of the most influential people that are contributing value to the world and all of that. So, and that has never happened before. Is happening right now, because just like I told you before, these things are this thing is not a coincidence. They are all conforming to what I told you, that President Tinubu have took Nigeria out of a third world status to a developed one. How will you know? Are you waiting for the announcement to say, "Oh, Nigeria is no longer part of a third world country"? Is that what you're looking for? I'm telling you, go and look at the parameters and the indices. That is why all these indices are coming out, because Nigeria is already out of the third world status. President Tinubu have cracked the code to take Nigeria out of the third world status to a developed status. Do you understand me? So let's go. Let's go. So we have mentioned first thing that they did to President Tinubu, and they all failed. They are shocked that President Tinubu is still winning. One of them is the prayers they prayed against him. And the second one is a little military when he took over, but I will talk about that one in the other part. Then the second one is how they want to destabilize President Tinubu government in second year into the government. Atiku and other Igbos, and because Atiku is working with Igbos, he knows that Igbos are rascals. He wants to use them to destabilize the government. You understand me? He's working with Igbos. Atiku is working with Igbos. He knows he cannot try it with Southside anymore. Did you see Atiku travel to any part of Southside anymore? No, because he knows that for the Southside to embrace President Tinubu APC, all the South are 100% APC. It means he understood that it has changed. The slavery mentality, or the what am I going to, the bondage of Atiku, or the northern politician on the South people, PDP that time, is over, because they have always been using the money from the South for their campaign. I'm telling you, allegedly, according to the former governor of Delta State, Okowa, confirmed that monies were given for the Atiku campaign, and that he regretted ever doing that. So that is a proof that they have been using money from the South South PDP as at that time to campaign. Atiku uses the money to campaign. Look at all the political parties that Obi have campaigned. Most of them is PDP, and PDP is a South South as at that time. So they always use resources from the South South to campaign. But this time around, it's not going to be available anymore. So they know that the game have changed, man. They know that the game have changed. Take note of my words. The game have changed. So when you hear people say Obi wants to combine with Atiku because they want to use Obi number during the last election and Atiku to win election, no, the dynamics have changed. So many things have changed. As it stands now, there were not about that many governors in power supporting President Tinubu. Remember, President Tinubu was not in power as at that time. Even Atiku had upper hand before the 2023 election. Atiku has upper hand because he had intel. They were telling him what to do. They were telling him everything. All of them, they had intel. They were all planning that President Tinubu will never succeed, will never win that election in 2023. But all those things failed. So now that President Tinubu have all it takes to win, he's an incumbent. He has already showed you that he can win even without power. So now that his power, which a lot of things are working together for his progress, it's going to be difficult for anybody to win. It will be foolishness for President Tinubu to allow everybody to come and win his election. It will be foolishness for President Tinubu to allow anybody to come and win him. It's not possible when we all know what they plan to do. So, you see what I'm talking about? So, look at it. Look at it. All these things that they plan against President Tinubu failed, and President Tinubu is still winning. How do I know President Tinubu is still winning? You can see him still strong and healthy, traveling from place to place. You can see President Tinubu still speak, in events and different places, and people can hear him very well, very articulate, very intelligent. We hear the ideas that President Tinubu is bringing, is ideas that have never existed. All the things, all the policies that's put in place, it's never existed. That's why ever since President Tinubu started this government, we have seen consistently how IMF and other experts, financial experts, economic experts are giving credit to President Tinubu. Do you know it was because of President Tinubu policies and economics is able to win, will I say, convince Shell to continue to invest in Nigeria? How many billion investment? Or yes, how many billion? That I think they said they wanted to leave, but now they don't want to leave anymore. They are staying. Do you know what that means? There's a U-turn. Many things that have been wrong, President Tinubu is putting it in place. So these are the things that President Tinubu is using success. He's using success to defeat the opposition. See, when they try to do many things, use propaganda, misinformation to win President Tinubu, President Tinubu will win success. Will use success to win them, to silence them. Yes, over $20 billion Shell just invested. You think that these things are jokes? These are not jokes. In fact, President Tinubu have brought so money for Nigeria through investment than it has ever existed. Do you know why? Because our IGR is growing now. Our GDP is growing. I'm talking about GDP, not IGR. GDP is growing. Our foreign reserve now is bang on. Our debt, whatever is debt ratio is nothing to none, because President Tinubu is doing it. Any money that President Tinubu is borrowing is for infrastructure, construction, or is for investment, tangible investment, which is needed, which is okay. The whole world, where especially I hear some Nigerians always promoting other people and leave their own. The country that you are promoting, do you know how much they are owing? Do you know how much they are borrowing? Because you don't ask questions, because they are just foolish. Somebody needs to tell you that you're foolish, man. When I talk to you guys, I tell you yourself you are foolish. That's what I mean. You're foolish, man. You continue to be foolish. The America that you are promoting, or that you compare to Nigeria, do you know how much trillions they are owing or they borrowed? What about the UK? But because these are the parameters, these are the way governments are run. They borrow money for something, but what is it that you borrow the money for? So the former government in Nigeria misplaced a lot of things, but President Tinubu have decided to move forward. That is why President Tinubu don't want to dwell on the past. You don't hear him complain of things in the past. Why we know that so many things were wrong in the past? Because those things has also become part of what has affected this government, this current government. It's part of what is drawing back and is trying to fix it. But you see, President Tinubu decide to progress and doesn't want to dwell in the past. Do you see what I'm talking about? Sorry, guys. I just a drink. So I said that to say that President Tinubu has actually defeated all his enemies, all his opposition with success, so many success, and that is why Obi, Atiku, and El Rufai are mute. Is the voice of Atiku so loud as it used to be? Do you hear the voice of even Obi so loud as it used to be, or El Rufai? Usually, right now Obi is struggling because he's a liability now. Everything that Obi is saying, people are now beginning to see who Obi is for who he is. Everything, look at it. I told people, I've pointed people to what I'm saying. Go and check Obi's comments since 2022 to date. There's never any good thing that Obi has commented. There's never. Are you telling me that Obi is now like a miracle or a saint that will come and fix Nigeria? But he didn't fix it when he was a governor. He didn't fix it when he was part of Economic Council of Goodluck Jonathan. Obi didn't fix it when he was working with Abacha. What did Obi achieve when he was working with Abacha? So this is what we are. This is how we think critically. This is part of our think tank. What we analyze these issues and we tell it to your face or tell it to them that they are joking, man. Look at they don't understand politics, man. You can't compare 30 years of political experience of President Tinubu to anybody who just want to be there. How many of them have been able to form something powerful like President Tinubu have done? Common political party Obi cannot set up. Common Atiku cannot set up. For 19, that's why I say Atiku will remain a failure when it comes to political position, presidency. Atiku will fail woefully. Because if I was Atiku, 1999 I started, and ever since 1999 I have not been able to win election. I have not formed my own political party, which I can control, which I can use as a vehicle to change things, to make things happen. No, I have not formed my own political party, which I can use to make a voice. Atiku is very dull man. He's a very dull man. He's only good since 1992. He's very good in special purpose vehicle. Atiku is only very good in special purpose vehicle, if you know what that means. Atiku is very dull, man. Atiku is very dull. No wonder. He's a very dull man. I don't want to. There's something I wanted to say. Atiku is a very dull man because since 1992 he didn't win. He didn't form a party. He didn't change it. He didn't lead a movement. He didn't find one thing that you are tangible in doing. Thank you very much, King Sly. King Sly say he started with Abiola. Atiku is very dull. Can't you see President Tinubu? President Tinubu was not just in APC. He started his own party. What was the name of the party? How he started? And when he keep restructuring the party. That is the same way even the UK progressed. That is the same way even the US progressed. Nigeria has not been progressing until when President Tinubu came. They don't restructure their laws. They don't check their laws. They don't evaluate their laws. They don't do anything. They just wait till things get outdated. There was no reform for so many years. There was no reform for so many. But look at the UK. Every minute they are changing things. They are changing things. They are progressing. They are investing. That is the same thing that's supposed to happen in Nigeria. That was the same method that President Tinubu adopted. That is how I know that President Tinubu is a city boy. I want to be like President Tinubu. I've told everybody that I want to be like President Tinubu. I know that at the end of this process, I will be and even be better than President Tinubu because I will tap his knowledge and use the knowledge of our 21st century, the knowledge of AI. And I'll even be bigger than and more powerful than. I'm telling you, man. But the foundation is President Tinubu. Look at it. I'm bringing knowledge to you that you never understood because I'm telling you something you don't know. Look at it. President Tinubu have already been practicing reforms for a long time, even internally in his party. The party he set up was, somebody put it to me here. I put it again for me. I don't know. These people, they have moved it from AD. Is it from AD? I want it to be record. Now, AD from AD to AC, from AC to ACN, from ACN to APC. Now, it's not moving from one party to the other. It's a transformation, reforming of his party to fit in with the situation as at that time. So President Tinubu did not just set up AD and relax and sleep and say, oh, I've done enough, I've done well. No, he knew that for him to continue to progress and be relevant, he has to do what is called continuous improvement. Of course, many of you that know what I'm doing, continuous improvement. So when he set up AD, he did not just wait. AD was very powerful as at that time. But as time goes by, there needed to be a reform, a change. And that was how they undergone the internal restructuring among themselves, and they changed from AD to AC. He did not just go and move from. No, he still maintained the ideology of the party, but many other people were brought together and collapsed their own and become AC. And from AC, they moved to ACN. Why? They keep reforming. They keep reforming. It's not Obi jumping from one party to another. President Tinubu did not jump from one party to another. He made sure he reformed his party, construct his party, continuous improvement. So President Tinubu has always been a city boy for so many years because this knowledge is not easy to have to come by. The knowledge and practice of President Tinubu, all these things, it's not easy to come by for you to understand what he has been doing. That's why I say somebody that has political experience like President Tinubu, you cannot try it. ACN plus CPC came back to become APC of today. You see, he has already started it. When was AD formed? That's why somebody that came to say that Atiku is better than Tinubu, I say you don't know what you're saying. That is wrong. You can't compare Atiku, even as his own man and all of that, to President Tinubu. Because look at the knowledge of Atiku and look at the knowledge of President Tinubu. It's different. How can I be a failure from 1992 to date and have not done something different? You keep on doing the same thing. Look at Atiku. He will do the same thing that he has done in 1992 to today. He will still do the same thing. How? He will jump from another party, look for ticket. The reason why he's jumping from PDP because he can't get a ticket. I'm telling you. So from PDP now, he's jumping to ADC to get a ticket. So that is how Atiku has been doing this thing. And the people around him are foolish too. These people, they have failed to advise him properly. And he does not change his advisors because you cannot continue doing the same thing and expect a different result. It's never going to be possible. It's never going to be possible. It's never going to be possible. You don't have a foundation. You don't have your ideology. When you ask Atiku, what is your ideology? There's nothing. You want to make Nigeria better. Did you do it when you were there before as a vice president? You say, oh, vice president do not have any power. No, you have power. You know this thing when I hear people say vice president do not have power. You are very stupid. Does the vice president don't have a responsibility according to the constitution? What is it? Go and check it. You don't know what you're saying, man. Can't you see our current vice president, Senator Kashim Shettima? Can't you see what he's doing? You don't know anything. Anybody that say the vice president do not have power, it means you are still backward, man. The vice president have a tremendous power. Tremendous power. According to the constitution. Go and check it. So you see, so when Atiku was a vice president, he couldn't do anything. He championed projects where monies were siphoned and taken out personally, and they never use it for what it meant to be used for. But think about it. How can somebody be in power Or sorry, how can somebody try to win election or contest election since 1992? He has not formed any party. He don't have any ideology. He doesn't have any movement. That person must be mad. Atiku is mad. I'm telling you, you must be mad. And that is why you will never, even when the power come back to the north after President Tinubu, Atiku can never win election in the north. I'm telling you. Even Buhari had more ideology than Atiku. And that is why Buhari won. Atiku do not have any ideology. Because you guys have not paying attention. I'm bringing you attention. How can somebody be in power 1992, run for power 1992 up to date? He does not have any party that he say he's working with, that people will know that this is ideology. Look at president. Look at the cap I'm wearing. Do you know how long this cap have existed? Do you know the vision? What is the vision of Atiku? Other than to sell our resources, sell our NMPC. He does not have any vision. Nigerians will be foolish to allow Atiku to win election in Nigeria. You're foolish, man. Except you just want to work with him and collect his money, just like he has always done. People like Dele Momodu, all those guys, they know. They are broke guys now. So they need to work with somebody who can disburse money. But it's very unfortunate with now because Wike is not there. So the River State money is not there. Delta State money is not there. Akwa Ibom money is not there. Bayelsa State money, Edo money is not there. I'm telling you because I know what I'm talking about. Remember the last time they say Atiku brought dollars in order to win primaries. This has always been the ideology of these people. This has always been the ideology of these people. They don't have any other ideology. Ideology of spending dollars so that to entice people to vote for them and win primary. That's it. Atiku have jumped from one party to another. At the time, he was in PDP. At the time, he was in APC with Tinubu and all of that. But these parties were not his own. They are not his ideology. He's just looking for platform. So you see what I'm talking about? Common show where it came, he knew that for him to win, he need to form his party. Because his ideology is that he doesn't want to follow the old criminals. I don't have problem with Showere classifying politicians as old criminals. Okay. But Showere decided to distinguish himself and say he's going to be different from them. He differentiated himself by forming his own party. There is no way Obi can differentiate himself from other people. Because he couldn't. He has to follow his colleagues. In the latest revelation in the video, we saw Obi calling David Mark, El Rufai, and others as his colleague, which is correct. Kudos to Obi. You see, in this world, the truth will be before you, but you will not be able to see, you will not be able to identify it. Obi was right when he announced to the whole world that he was not serious with the structure of criminality, that these are his colleagues, David Mark, El Rufai. He mentioned their names. Yet, his followers call disobedient children Obi idiot. They don't know. They don't understand. He called them criminals that if any of them should even abuse anybody, that is not part of it. So Obi is right. I think, will I say that's one of the first time Obi has admitted that the criminals he referred to are his colleagues. You see the point now? Because if people understood what Obi have said, they could have said, so you are part of the crook. For the fact that Obi has gone back to ADC to meet all the criminals, to meet all the people that spoil this country, tells you who Obi is. So the true Nigerians will never fall for the gimmicks of Obi or ADC or all of that people, man, because they don't have any integrity. If you analyze what I've analyzed, if you go through all the points I've given to you, you will see with me that these guys are just a bunch of criminals. They are just a bunch of criminals. Never in their life they have contributed to the success of this country. Atiku have not contributed to the success of this country. Tell me one. Rather, Obi Atiku enrich himself. Obi enrich himself and pretend to his follow poverty people or disobedient children that, oh, he's not rich. So if Obi is to rule this country, he's going to rule the country with a poverty mindset that, oh, the country is not rich. Oh, let us go and save money. Let us go and do this. And then that is when these disobedient people will feel like, oh, something has been done. No, we can't be. We are not from the same place. We are not from the same locality. We are not from the same region. Go to your region and be foolish. You understand? So that is what we are talking about. So tell us what any of these people have contributed to this country. What has Erufai contributed to this country? What has Erufai? Erufai became richer than the way he was before he became power. The same thing with Atiku. In fact, allegedly, many people have said that Atiku amassed the wealth of Nigeria in Dubai and other places, UAE, where he lives permanently. He only comes back whenever there's election. Obi did the same. Obi allegedly, we have seen so many news of how he laundered our money to save heaven somewhere. He used special purpose vehicles using his daughter, wife name in many of these things just in order to launder our money out of the state. And we have seen how a public facility or yes was later used for his converted to his own personal interest. Yes, most of the things that Obi has during that time was during Obi had it during when he was in power. He set up all these supermarkets as at that time. Many of these things. So they were all among the wealth to themselves. Now let's talk about Tinubu. Tinubu have contributed a lot of things to this country. Tinubu has contributed a lot of things to this country. You can talk about the popular Eco City where many Nigerians are enjoying. The Lagos that many Nigerians are enjoying. In fact, Lagos is like a safe haven or like a savior to many Nigerians because when their region is not working, when their state is not working, they rush there like the Igbos. Most Igbos today become billionaires because of Lagos. So that is a contribution. Tinubu have done a lot of contribution to Nigeria. They have made a lot of people. Tinubu have made a lot of people. You know, many. So you see what I'm saying. So let's go back to our conversation. Remember, we are looking at the things that they have done to President Tinubu, and instead of it to destroy President Tinubu, instead of it um, to have a negative effect on President Tinubu, it became something so powerful that have helped President Tinubu progress. I've mentioned how they prayed for him to buy, but he refused to buy. I've told you how they formed coalition in order to destabilize the President Tinubu government. He all failed. Which other thing? Recently, we saw about how they lobby some Igbo groups went to America to lobby against President Tinubu. They say it was a Christian Geno and all kinds of things. And they lobby America against President Tinubu, against Nigeria. But that did not turn out the way they wanted it. Rather, it created a very strategic relationship with America today with President Tinubu government and presidency, which they never saw it coming. Today, somebody said that, oh, the American soldier is already in Nigeria. Man, for America to leave their own country or soldiers to have left their own country to come to Nigeria, it means Nigeria is important to them, even in terms of resources, in terms of everything. And then they also know there's no way any American or any soldier, any foreign body soldier will come to Nigeria or we come to the Nigerian soil without any invitation or the coordination of the current administration or government. So it has helped create a very strategic relationship or partnership with America sooner or faster. Remember, I told you before that President Trump is going to come to Nigeria. When last did you hear that the president of America visited Nigeria? When last? Even the prime minister of the UK, when last did they visit Nigeria? President Tinubu is the one that is going to bring them. I want you to mark my words. I've said it already even before, many times ago, but many people have forgotten. So sometimes I need to begin to remind you of the things that we say that has come to pass. Do you know why it will be very strategic or it will make a difference? Because it's been a long time. It's never happened. And that is going to signal to the whole world that Nigeria is out of a third world status. I said Trump is coming to Nigeria. Somebody say gospel. From the name I know. Look at who is commenting on my plan. It's a gospel of New Jerusalem. Look at these idiot people. Look at these Ibotic criminal church fake people deceiving themselves. In fact, if you the way churches are in Igbo land, you could have think that Igbos could have been saved today. But that is where they practice cannibalism, where they use human being to cook a kusi soup, where they buy themselves. Even church, oh my God, let me don't even go there because that's not the conversations today. But from the name, that is the name that triggered me for that conversation. He said, Gospel of New Jerusalem. That from that name, I knew that there's something wrong with these people. Then she said, uh, for deceiving and trying to mislead Nigerian youth, you will pay in tears. You see? Nnamdi Kanu is already paying. You think who made it possible? We made it possible. I made it possible for Nnamdi Kanu to be in that Sokoto prison. I made it possible. Nigerians made it possible. That God you are talking about made it possible. So when the prayer you're praying is already happening to you. You see, when I see Igbo man pray against somebody or any Nigerians, I say, you are very stupid. You are so ignorant. You don't know that the prayer you are praying against any Nigerian or yourself is already happening to you. I get him now. Your savior is already in DSS. The person you call your savior. Did I say in DSS? In Sokoto prison. Both of them, Samuel Ekpa or Simon Ekpa or whatever they call them, all of them are serving. And you are here telling us who is deceiving who. If what I'm saying is deceit to you, then get out of my platform, man, and go and do your fake things. How come you are still coming to my platform if your God is giving you what you need? If your God is answering your prayer? That's the same way I told Nigerians that say they want to japa. They japa abroad, and that if they japa, that is the solution to their problems. They are still complaining today, for your information. All those people that japa out of Nigeria say, that is the solution to their problem. They are still complaining today. They have not solved their problem, and they will never solve their problem. I told you now. I told you how an event was carried out. There was a church event in the diaspora. For example, the church event in the UK. Do you know you need to see the crowd of people that attended this church event? And guess what? The pastor came from Nigeria to pray for them. The country that they were running away from. That pastor came from that country they were running away from to come and pray for them in the UK, and there were plenty. That means that you, Jackpa, your problem have not still solved, because if your problem is solved, then you should not be needing miracle prayers and all of that. That is the truth. You should not. Because I did not go, because I don't need that. Many other people did not go. But there were so many of those people that when they, and if you watch, those people are the ones that always condemn like the country. They speak evil against our country, but they jackpot out of the country, but they never still make it. They are still looking for help. Some of them are still fighting for paper. Some of them are still looking for jobs. Some of them are finding for husband. Some of them have monetary problems. The same problem that exists in Nigeria still exists where they are. So it doesn't matter where you don't know. Most of you don't know. Oh boy, this thing they destroy my life. So most of you don't know that wherever you carry the same problem from where you are to another place, it's internal. I don't want to turn to be a pastor now to preach for you. It's internal. If you don't solve it inwardly, man, it doesn't matter where you go, your problem will still follow you. So that is why I tell people that have jackpot. Go and ask people that have jackpot now. Are they okay? They will pretend to you because they don't want you to mock you. They don't want you to mock them, man. Every immigrant that travel out of Nigeria, the first 10 years, I don't want to say 5 to 10 years, is a period of suffering. It's whether you like it or not, forget it. Is from 5 to 10 years. Okay, let me say 5 to 10 years is a period of suffering. You will suffer to get paper, you will suffer to get work, you will suffer to live, you will suffer to adjust. There are so many issues. Nobody tells you. That is why you don't hear from your people from home. They will just call you, just be nice. But they don't tell you the truth. If Nigerians begin to tell you what they encounter abroad, man, you value where you come from. I think because we don't tell you these things. That's why you think. You say, let me travel and join you. Oh, yeah, travel and join now. Many of us, before we travel, we borrow money, we do everything. And at the end of the day, we still come and work here in order to buy the land that we sold in order to come here. So do you see that the problem is in circles? It's only few people that make it. And those people go and find out. They don't condemn their country. They don't talk down on their country. They appreciate they understand the value of their country. They take risk. All these guys don't want to take risk, man. They are doing normal jobs. That's why someone come to my place and say, "Ma, go and look for a job." My brother, there is no job I've not done. I've done all the jobs. I can tell you. So you see what I'm talking about. So you see. So remember what I'm saying. The people that talk down on the country, the people that they market the country, most of them jackpot and say, "Oh, Nigeria is not working, whatever." But they all live abroad, but they are not still okay. That's why they are still complaining. They are not still. They still talk about Nigeria. They are not comfortable. They have not solved their problem. Even in fact, their position could have been more better. In fact, some have listened to many stories online on TikTok. You know, TikTok these days, they are the one that even go on TikTok. You hear them talk about things. You say, hey, how to come to the UK, how to live in the UK, how to come to the US, how to live in the US, how to do this, how to find a job. These are people that just arrive are the people doing this. The people that have been there they don't engage because they have something different. But those ones, they are always, so you will hear them talk about their problems. I've listened to them now. I've listened to them. I've listened to them. Many of them. Many of them. They talk about their problem. You know, they come online, they tell you the things that they are facing. But because you are not listening, that's why you don't know. You that is ready to run away from Nigeria, you better know what you are going for. You that is ready to, because these guys, they sell their land. I listen to them, they sell their land. When they sell their land, they gather money, for example, to come to UK. And they have to, sometimes they borrow. They borrow money to come to the UK. And they have to work day and night in order to pay these monies. That's why I said to you, anybody that jackpot from Nigeria to any other part of the world, you need to, you are starting again, and you need 5 to 10 years to even settle, to even find paper, to even 5 to 10 years. Many people have stayed, they have not still succeeded. I'm just being fair by saying 5 to 10 years. So Nigeria is not better than Nigeria is more better than all those places because it's your hometown. You have already established. You have a land. You have a farm. You have everything. But I'm not stopping you from traveling at the same time. If you are traveling with knowledge. Don't think that when you travel, you go and pick money or you all of a sudden things will just flow. It's better than your country. There is no way. Even if you say there are some things that are better in the UK, there are also some things that are better in Nigeria than the UK. Things in Nigeria that are better than the UK, and things in the UK that are better than in Nigeria. That's the same thing, and they all complement each other. If you talk about how much is your rent in Nigeria, how much you are making, you pay rent yearly in Nigeria, and it's not even so much. And then when you come to the UK, we pay our rent every month, and our job is same thing comparable to your rent. So it's the same. You spend money even when you work, but then in Nigeria you can even save more even when you have paid all your bills. Sometimes you don't even need to pay any bills because you own the land, you own the house, you take care of your everything. You still pay things to government, but you don't pay things to government like in the UK or in the US. So please, balance your knowledge. I'm not saying don't travel. Everybody travel. Even Tinubu traveled. You see, the Tinubu that people are complaining about today, many of you don't know. I'm talking about those in the diaspora. Many of you don't know that Tinubu of today has been a city boy before you. He was in the US. He was a chartered accountant. He worked, schooled in the US, worked for professional organizations, professional bodies, which most of you will never work before. He also experienced, in fact, at the time, he was a taxi driver. He told his story. Many people, whatever you are passing through, even in abroad, anywhere, Tinubu has passed through it. But when you stay there where you are, you'll be talking nonsense. You don't know what you're talking about. And I do ask you, have you solved your problem? Even you, ever since you were born, you have been trying to solve your problem, you couldn't. So let alone the problem of Nigeria, which means the problem of Tinubu, his own problem, the problem of you, others, and every other person over 300 and something tribes or ethnicity. So you don't know what you're saying, man. We are the one that is going to change this thing. How are we going to change it? By changing the narrative, by changing the ways we do things before and approaching it the right way. What is the right way? Hold our leaders accountable, our governors, our senators, our reps, and do not demarcate your country. Do not talk down on your country. promote your country, use the right words, criticize your government, of course, but then hold your governments accountable. Change the narrative. Do not allow people to demarket the country. And that takes me to the new conversation. Of course, as I was saying, how they imported some lobbyist people in America to with all kinds of fake information, misinformation, propaganda. It was all over the media. It was all over the media. How they try to use these means, they were spreading all these messages across social media, every nook and cranny of social media, every nook and cranny. They were spreading all kinds of messages everywhere. What is the plan? Why did they spread all these false accusations? Why did they spread all these messages? Guys, if you want to contribute, it's time for you to come in, because I think I don't need to continue. This is around my program today. I'm going to make it a little bit short because I have a lot of things to do. So please, if you want to comment, if you want to make it, you can come in now. You can send your request if you want to make any comment. But if there's none, I will just end my broadcast very soon. Okay, so look at what I'm saying. There are many other things. I'm just cutting it short because I can do a part 2 of it or part 3, even as we continue. See, I've touched different things now. So they went to America to lobby against this government. I'm saying the things that they have done, but President Tinubu still defeat them. But President Tinubu still shock them, still show them that he's the leader, he's the Jakaban. Obi Atiku and others are learning from President Tinubu as it stands now. Remember what I said? It will get to a point that Obi, Atiku, all of them will be campaigning for President Tinubu. It's coming. Me, when I tell you something, don't take it for granted. I tell you, I say the time is coming. Obi, Atiku, El Rufai, all of them will be campaigning for President Tinubu very soon. Very, very soon. Do you know why? Because the President Tinubu have defeated all defeatables. He has defeated them with real success. We have seen real success. We have seen real progress. I've talked about scholarship, and not just scholarship, money in the pocket of every student in Nigeria. Stipends. He give them money, pocket money, after paying their school fees. What about infrastructure? Infrastructural development in Nigeria. Go every part of Nigeria. Nigeria is like a construction site right now. Over 500 road construction is going on simultaneously the same time. That's never happened before. And is building strategic roads. These roads are meant to connect Nigeria regions together, interconnected for trade, for many other things, for development, and to take Nigeria from a third world status to a developed one. I've said it before. Go look at it. Go to the southeast. Look at the road that President Tinubu is constructing. Enugu Expressway, Aba Expressway, the East-West Road, all of them. The third Niger Bridge, is it third or second Niger Bridge? All of them. Go to Sokoto Kaduna Road, this in Badagry. Go to the coastal road, the coastal highway. Go to Bonny Island. Everywhere is doing these things for the progress of the country. Ask yourself why. Because these are the things that have been left. Previous government left it undone. They never do it. They never care about all these things. President Tinubu also dealing with the issue of reforms, tax reforms, every reform, policy changes, economic fiscal policies. We are already seeing it happening. Progress is going on. President Tinubu is elevating our naira. That's supposed to be powerful. Of course, we have our crude oil. For so many years, we have been selling our oil in other currencies, which means we have not been giving our currency power. But President Tinubu understand the power of selling with your own currency, naira. We have the wealth of this country. It's just like our currency is supposed to be gold when we have gold. But for so many years, we have been cheated to be promoting other people's currency and leave our own currency. But President Tinubu came on board and started using our currency, naira. For the first time in this country, Nigeria, we are no longer exporting raw materials. President Tinubu is calling those investors, come, we have the raw materials, build it here. Build your plant in Nigeria. We can no longer be exporting our raw materials. Look at, if you don't know, President Tinubu is already dealing with the issue of mining and solid minerals, refiners for mining of solid minerals and all of that. These things is going on. These things are going on at the same time. So this is a reality, guys. Who doesn't know that we are not supposed to be importing our raw materials? Exporting our raw material? Why should we be exporting our raw materials when we are supposed to harness it, add value to it, and then we now export it? So if there is any company, even if we don't have the expertise, bring them down. Let them come and establish, build company, build industry where these resources are of course, resides, and then make use of it. And then that's it. It's going to create jobs. It's going to do a lot of things. Now, the only president that had a political will to make things happen, I've not even omitted the fuel subsidy, because many of you don't know that fuel subsidy has been one of the biggest fraud, one of the biggest scam that has been going on. And the reason why for a long time they have not been able to stop it is because friends and friends, brothers and brothers, politics, Christians, politicians having friends and brothers in this, previous government tried to remove it, but because of their relationship, they still failed. But President Tinubu, with his political will, has been able to achieve this. It is something that Nigerians must recognize and give credit to. Nigerians by this time supposed to have started giving praise to President Tinubu, because celebrating the legacy in 2027. By now, Nigerians will understand that this man has already started something selfless. He's a selfless leader. Made up his mind to take action and to make sure that nothing at all. It doesn't matter whether you protest from now to tomorrow, whether you say any negative things from now to tomorrow, it's not going to stop him from doing what is right for the country. Look at it when the tax reforms came. We saw how many people tried to stop the tax reforms. We saw how many people tried to use propaganda. I want to ask you, since the tax reform, the new tax regime started, have you been debited? Have you been debited? I'm asking you. You people, you know yourself, that has been, painting this government black, painting President Tinubu government, or painting the tax reform as something negative. How many of you has been deducted or debited in terms of tax? Say, oh, it's the government tax. How many of you? No, we have not received any such news. Nobody. So how come people were trying to demarket what this government is building for the progress? See, look at you. That's why I call you poor, man. The people that always react fast are poor people, man. I refuse to be poor, man. Poverty is devil. Poverty, why did I even blame the devil? Poverty is scam. Poverty is wicked. You that is poor. Look at the first people that always go on the street are the poor people, man. Do you always see the children of the poor people join you? No, you are foolish, man. Ever since I decided not to be foolish, man, my life have changed. Even my family can never be on the street for anything. Let the family of those politicians, let them come and protest on the street. I'm asking you, have you ever seen the family of those people come and protest on the street? They will always send you because they know that you are foolish. I also wanted to say something. I forgot. Those people that jackpot from Nigeria, do you know that most of them leave their perfect jobs? How do I know? Because they say it on their TikTok and their social media. They come out and say it because they're foolish. They leave their juicy position, managerial position, some director position that they occupy in Nigeria. They leave those positions because somebody lied to them that if you jackpot, your life will be working. Your life will be all and all. You are stupid. First job you will do is cleaning. Nobody have told you. I think I will have a different section where I will expose all these things. I'm not saying cleaning is bad though. Cleaning is a lot of money, man. People make a living. Most of you that live in Nigeria, the money that you receive is from cleaning, the cleaning that you condemn, because you are foolish. I tell you, you are foolish, man. You are foolish. When you are foolish, boy. I can't help you. Look at your age. How old are you? 40, 50, 60, some of you 35. You are foolish, man. If you are still foolish, you are foolish. It will take the grace of Amadioha to change it, not just grace of God. It will take the grace of scam to change your mind, to educate yourself. What I'm telling you is very strong thing. You don't understand it. The first thing, have your brother or your sister told you that he traveled out of the country, the first job he was able to get is cleaning? Have they been able to tell you the truth? 99.9%, the first job you will get when you travel abroad is cleaning. Because that is immediate available job, which they don't need much of experience. It's not that it's bad job, but I'm just telling you that the first job, that the clean, I say cleaning because when you are in Nigeria, you will not do it. But most of you that condemn Nigeria, when you jackpot, When you jackpot, the first job you do is cleaning, and you never tell home because you are ashamed. Nobody say all these things. We will say it. We begin to educate all of you because you don't know. When you talk down on your country, you are stupid. You are foolish. You are foolish. If you are part of the people the marketing and talking down on your country, you are the most stupidest person. Because there's no country that is better than your own where you come from. It doesn't matter what you mention. Mention anything. It's not better. Look at in the UK now. In the UK and the US, do you know what they are talking about now? Is it Epstein files? Is it Epstein or Epstein files? The highest corruption scandal everywhere that is happening. They are talking about it. Do you see how they are talking about it? They didn't say their country is finished. But if it was in Nigeria, you raise false alarm and invite foreign bodies to come and invade your country. Are you aware of the highest corruption scandal that is going on in the UK and the US through the Epstein files? Are you aware of it? You don't know. You don't know. You talk down on your country, you must be a criminal. Look at how they told us about Muslim ticket. Today, Muslim ticket. Is that true? But they use that to deceive you. They use that to run propaganda. They use that to talk all kinds of nonsense against our country. Azok, I salute you. Please go ahead because I don't have much time.
Thanks for,
yes.
I just came briefly because we mentioned about the Epstein files and how the Epstein files is trending right now, and most Nigerians are not even giving it any attention. They are not really talking about it. They are not giving it any reference in their content. And those who are serial denigrators of their own country, Nigeria, they talk about all those things that Nigerian leaders do as though Nigerian leaders are the worst of the worst. But the Epstein files now has not only exposed the fact that Nigerian leaders are learners when it comes to corruption, but has also opened a can of worms as to the corrupt activities and occultic activities of Western leaders. But you can see that these so-called activists and critics who go around making a buck and creating a career out of denigrating their own nations, they've not really said anything about the Epstein files. They've not really said anything about the Epstein files. They've not doubled down on it. They've not made any comparison with those perpetrators or orchestrators, but those who were implicated in the files. They've not really said anything about it as regards what they are doing, the corrupt acts that those individuals are involved in, and juxtaposing it with their own leadership. I think it is now that everybody will try to say that, oh, let's not compare these people with Nigeria. At least their system is working, or these kind of things. I think they're going to try to give or make excuses for those persons. But when it comes to the Nigerian leadership and some of those corrupt politicians that we have, they make all kinds of noise, and they did not limit their criticism to the leadership alone. They go ahead to pull the country down and drag the entire nation and the entire people that is there. They go ahead to call Nigeria a zoo. They say Nigeria is, a failed country. We have a failed system. They go around canvassing and advocating for Nigeria to be divided, to be sold, to be destroyed, or to be taken over by some foreign government or by military junta. But the level of corruption that is going on in the Western world is not, it's if we compare it to what is going on in, African, in our own country, level of corruption in the Western world is times 100, times 1,000, times a million. The only thing is that the leaders of the Western hemisphere, they control their own media, and they know how to they can focus their own people in the areas that they want people to focus on, and they have a more repressive systems than Nigeria. Nigeria can allow an average YouTuber or an average content creator to make any statements to even condemn the president, and they won't do anything about it. They won't do anything about it. They won't even arrest you. They'll just allow you to make your content. But in America, we have a lot of activists on the run. We have people like Edward Snowden. We have people like Chelsea Manning. We have a lot of people like Gary Webb who have also been killed. We have Julian Assange. I mean, there are all kinds of activists in the United States or in the Western world that are not as free as Nigerian activists who go ahead not only to make all kinds of noise and a career, denigrating their own nations, but they make a buck and they make a living through this activism. At the end of the day, when they are given positions by the same government that they condemn, they're going to be the first person to take up the positions and join them, and then change them out. So the Epstein files is a serious case that is going, and none of those content creators that denigrate the country have said anything about it. They will make excuses for them. Instead, they will say, at least their countries are working, they have working systems so they can do anything that they want. We don't have any working system, so we must not spare our politicians. Yes, we must not spare the politicians, but why do we now advocate for the country to be sold? Why are we advocating for some foreign power to come into our country and, undermine our sovereignty and bomb, Christians and, try to get those foreign power to reduce the sovereignty of the nation just because you don't like the person who is currently the president of the country. So this is the hypocrisy that pervades, our conscience as Nigerians. When we see something like this going on on the international scene, in the international sphere, we don't see anything about it. But when it comes to our leadership, we only cherry pick and condemn the leadership. Not even that, we condemn the nation and say the nation should be taken over, should be divided, or some military junta should come in to take it over. So this is what I just came in to contribute to the Jeffrey Epstein statement that you made.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Stay blessed. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Okay. Thank you very much, Azok. That was a very powerful contribution. Thank you very much. I mean, yeah, I know these people. That's why I don't join them to be stupid, man. I'm not stupid, man. I've traveled all over the world to be foolish like these Igbo criminals or any other person who talk down on the country. Most of them are Igbo bunch of criminals, and some other people. But the percentage of the people are Igbo criminals. And sometimes people ask me, why do you call Igbo? It's not all Igbos. I'm not saying all Igbos. I'm saying Igbo criminals because if you carry out a survey, out of 100, 99.9% of them will be Igbos who are talking down on the country and all that. Now they have seen the Epstein files. They are not hearing them. Even the so-called unwise TV and the Nigerian media houses, what are they talking about? They don't talk about it. Because they condemn their own country and be praising other countries. But now that these things have come out, instead of them to now use it and say, wow, so after all, our own country is better than. How many pedophiles do we have in Nigeria? I'm just saying, it's possible they are, but I'm just saying. So this is the point. This is what we are talking about here. If you are condemning your country because of sentiment, because of one problem or the other, because of just one or two things, do you know the problems that other people have in their own country? Yeah, they don't condemn your country. They don't say their country should burn down. They don't do it because of that. So look at it. So I wanted to talk about the Muslim ticket. That was another weapon that they use. So I'm sure 2027, that weapon of Muslim ticket, church take over your country according to Obi, all those sentiment is not going to work. Because now we have seen that even in this administration, so many positions have been given to the Christians. There's no such thing. There has never been any signal of Muslim take over the country and all of that. Yet, but we have seen Christians trying to take over Nigeria. With so many Christians, genocide, whatever, crusaders or whatever, we have seen them. Yet you did not see the Muslims, try to fight. But you see what we are saying. This is how they have always been using this narrative to try to cause confusion. But they have all failed. I'm saying this because they have failed. They failed in their narratives. They failed in the attempt of all these strategies failed. I remember when they protested and say hunger protest. All of those strategies failed. All those strategies failed. President Tinubu is still on the throne and nothing can happen. Nothing can stop him. Are you getting me now? So I have a few minutes to go because just like I said, I'm not going to stay too much. In fact, I'm not going to stay. But I want to show you something. I want to show you something that is trending right now. This is, what do they call her?
As your colleagues know,
No, Nigeria is listen a number of reforms at that time. And as your colleagues know, and my colleagues know, Nigeria is a frequent example in my discussions with people around the world, presidents around the world, policymakers around the world, investors around the world, because I think in these 2 years, the results that have been achieved are really commendable. And I think we are going to be using these conversations. Wow, I can't imagine I've spoken for more than 2 hours straight up. Okay, so we are going to be using this conversation, this video as time to come, even as we create awareness. Now, look at it. She said that she has been speaking to other people, presidents and others, about the progress of Nigeria and what her result and the progress. And she said that for the past 2 years, remember, this person is the World Bank. He's a managing director of operations in World Bank. Anna. She's a World Bank managing director of operations. And she's giving this feedback that look at she's been speaking with other people, other presidents and other countries and other people about the progress that is going on in Nigeria for the past 2 years. Hold on, guys. Okay, guys, I thought I left my tap running because I was hearing, but it was somebody that's using it. So, yeah, he said for the past 2 years, I've seen consistency and all of that in this government, and she's giving that report, and people are clapping. You see that? Wow. And what I have particularly appreciated and followed, if I may also add, is your steady direction that you communicate to the people of Nigeria, as well as outside of Nigeria, of the importance of the reforms. Because that has given confidence and clarity that even when reform implementation can be difficult, there is no turning back. You're staying the course because it is what's needed to get the results that you're looking for. Did you hear what she said? That how the President Tinubu have communicated these reforms, and that even when we know that reforms is very difficult to implement. Remember, reforms is very difficult to implement, and say President Tinubu continue to be steadfast and there's no U-turn. And he continued to achieve. So we'll talk about more, but I just wanted to give you a snippet of that news that is trending right now, of what President Tinubu, the success of President Tinubu, and you can see it now. So, which means the whole world have taken note of the reforms, which means this is part of what is going to take us out of our third world status. It's Nigeria has become a frequent example in my discussions with presidents, policymakers, and investors around the world, because the results of the last 2 years are truly commendable. This is from World Bank. I know many of you, especially all those Obi idiots, you will not be happy with the World Bank news. You will say, oh, that's how they normally talk. But I can tell you that this talk is different from other talks. You get the point now. The city boy is on the throne. The city boy is on. I have another 30 minutes to stay. Now, another thing that is trending right now is that Soludo, Soludo, my man. Remember, I said we are not going to forget about Soludo. We need to be talking about Soludo. Soludo has made it happen. The sit at home did not happen again on Monday. They all came out. In fact, you need to see the happiness and smiles on people's faces. Soludo have changed my mind. Remember, I used to say that Soludo is not going to do anything tangible, but I've seen Soludo championing the cause of the Southeast. This is what Nnamdi Kanu or Obi could have done, but they all failed because they lack it. They lack the ability, they lack the capacity. The only person that can do it right now is Soludo. Soludo has changed the face of the Southeast right now. The sit-at-home that used to, damage and consume the people of the Southeast is no longer existing in Anambra State. Soludo made it possible. So, yeah, Soludo challenged them and told them, if you fail to do what I asked you to do, he banned sit-at-home and said they must all come out on a Monday. If they refuse to come out, then he's going to close down the market. And that on Monday, they should take attendance. And we all saw the people came out on Monday and they were all celebrating. And even Soludo was there to tell it to them, congratulations. So this is a model. So as he works in the Anambra, then every other state will follow. I don't always have in a rush to follow, but if he works in Anambra, then other states should follow. That's it. How can a state be shut down just because of a criminal or terrorist like Nnamdi Kanu? Something is wrong with them because of fear. They say because of fear of what and what and what and what. So yes, so this is commendable, and Soludo must be recognized for this. Hopefully, the tempo continues so that other states can follow suit. But I saw the video of people in people in Anambra State, and some people already commenting. Let me read what somebody said. He said, "Watching this video brought tears down my eyes. Looking at how happy my people are just to open their shops on Monday made me realize that my fight against IPOP terrorists was never in vain." So this guy is telling us, an Igbo person telling us that he fought against IPOP terrorism, but his voice was not loud enough. They overwhelmed him. You understand me? They overwhelm him. But now, today, he's so happy that Soludo has been able to bring back their people in the market every Monday. He said, "It made me realize that my fight, my everyday talking here is indeed worth it. These people here are the true Igbo blood. These people are the reason I keep showing up every day, even when I am tired and my voice is low to speak for them." He called them all kinds of names and all of that. Uh, so all of that. So yeah, so a lot of people are happy right now that President Tinubu saved them. Number one, it's also that saved them. President Tinubu actually saved the Igbos by making sure that Nnamdi Kanu is will I say tried, tested, tried, whatever, in prison for Sokoto life imprisonment. Some people say it's supposed to be dead by hanging, but then it did not happen. But of course, so we can see that the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu has actually brought peace to the southeast of people, and it's actually correcting other people's head. People that are still thinking rubbish, their heads are being getting correct. I've seen many Igbos come out now, even as I fire them. I see many of them coming out to speak. I must confess, there are so many lots of Igbo people that are very good people, which is in the 1%. About 99% of 99.9% of it are still Biafra, criminally minded, expansionist agenda. But others, 1% of it, which is a large number as well, to a certain stage, are very good people. Some of them are these people that I'm reading to you. I speak with them. I understand what's their problem. That is why I can boldly come and say it the way I say it, because other person cannot say it. Trust me. I'm telling you, there are so many good people now that are coming out to say, yes, President Tinubu have actually done big thing for them, good thing for them, because they never saw it coming. They never understood it that way. They never understood that this is what Nnamdi Kanu was doing. Trust me, many of them are coming out right now. So we must embrace them if they come out, but we must also be careful, because when the condition is not favorable or not, of course, they can change their mind. But just like I'm saying, there are so many of them are coming out to speak now that, wow, President Tinubu have actually tried for the Indi Igbos and all of that. So this is what is going on right now. See the crowd of the people that came out, to welcome and celebrate. You understand me? See the crowd. One thing about these Igbo people, they are always happy people. Maybe they are always happy when something is good, something they want actually happens. You understand? I've seen Igbo people, they are always celebrating, even in their music, man. When things are working, they are happy, But when they want to be evil, they are evil, especially those Igbo Biafra bunch of criminals, yeah. But look at these people now. These are the same people that was fighting Soludo. But look at now, it's like as they have come to their maybe they have come to their senses. Look at the way they are happy, like with the way they are singing these songs, calling out Soludo and praising Soludo, shows you that these guys are really happy. Look at their smile. Look at how they are, because now I think Soludo said he's going to provide security for them and all kinds of things, and then he's making sure that nothing happens, to no attack or happen. But look at it. So look at the crowd. Look at the crowd that came out, and they are celebrating Soludo for taking that stand. That is the kind of leadership that we need. If you want to deal with Igbo criminality, Igbo issues, don't joke with it. Stand up, fight it. Be strong, and be firm in what you're saying. That is the way to defeat it. That is the way to defeat these guys. So don't go and say, don't come and pity them. Don't come and use words like, oh, sorry. No, it will never work. I get it. So I love the way Soludo stood still, stand, and hopefully it continues. and let the people realize that it is time for them to come out and make a living and make life better for themselves, and stop complaining and stop believing the lies of somebody who say they are being marginalized or they're marginalizing them. Nobody's marginalizing them. You are the one that failed to do what you need to do. That's it. As you are sitting at home, no investor wants to invest in an area where there are problems and all kind of things. So because they don't want to waste their money. So you see what I'm talking about. So yes, Soludo has made it happen, and the people are coming out on the street to celebrate him, and they are happy. All of them are so happy. Look at it. Big market. So it was a big market. I just decided to show you that one. I mean, many of you must have seen it, but it's trending. Are you getting me? I just decided to say, okay, fine, let me talk about that. So you see, another one that is happening right now. Another one that is happening right now. Um, what's his name? Obi said he went to Abuja. He want to go and I don't know what it was. He spent some time with Abuja people, and then he makes some statement. He made some statement like there is no functional primary health care in Nigeria and no anti-venom available. If a common snake bites you, na death. Today, Nigeria is in the country with the highest number of people living in poverty, Mr. Peter Obi. You could have asked him a simple question. Ask Obi, where is the hospital that he built in his state? Is it functioning? Then if he say he's functioning, then how can he say that there's no functional primary healthcare in Nigeria? So that's why I say these guys always make stupid comments, and because nobody will I say tackle them or deal with it, they keep on just making such comments. You understand me? So you see what I'm talking about. So it's a bad news. So we always look for something bad to try to talk down on the country. So I think he's talking about the snake bite that we heard about the other time, which it was the greatest mistake of the person going to hospital, and the hospital was not informed, because there's no way you can put drip in somebody that has gotten snake bite. It's just foolishness. Even if I'm not a trained medical person, I know that if somebody is bitten or bite, if there's a bite, snake bite or scorpion bite or any bite of any bad thing in somebody's blood, to somebody, you don't spread it with what do you call it, with drip. It does not make sense. So that is stupidity. This lady actually went to hospital. So Obi is sending a wrong information. The lady not went to hospital. She actually went to hospital, but the hospital did not even know what they were doing. That means the hospital should be shut down, or should be retrained, or mismanaged, or closed down, because it's not working. Because somebody come with a problem, tie the person actually tie the place. You went and open it and put drip, which means you circulate the blood. How do you expect this person to be alive? So that is the negligence of the hospital. Because in this case, Obi is talking lies. We know Obi always lie, because you cannot say there's no hospital. There is, and she went to the hospital and actually died in the hospital. So Obi is always using emotion. That's why I started the first conversation, that these guys are always using flimsy nonsense excuses to confuse poor people who are working with them. These guys are poor people. Obi people are poor people. Disobedient are poor people. Poor in their mind, because I'm not just talking about physical cash or wealth. It's poor mindset. And when you are poor in the head, you are poor physically. These guys are poor. That when I say they are poor, but many of you do not understand when I'm calling them poor. These people are poor. Poverty will finish them. They are poor. They are poor. You need to say it. Join me to say it. These guys following Obi are poor. They are poor people. They are poor in their mental, in their mentality, in their healing, in their thinking. They are very poor. That is why Obi can use flimsy things to confuse them or confuse them. Right? You understand me? Use simple things like snake bite to confuse them. Look at how people are gathering. But by the way, the people gathering here are mostly Igbos, anyways. There is no other tribe that is going to be attracted to any content created by Obi or any shenanigans created by Obi. It's only Igbo people that are. Obi traveled to anywhere in Nigeria, Igbos are everywhere. That's what happened. So Obi traveled to Abuja, Igbos are there. So he gather Igbos and confuse them because they are poor. They are poor in their thinking. They are poor in their mindset. I can tell you, the reason why Nnamdi Kanu were able to confuse or convince all Igbos. Remember, I was there, but I was not convinced. But he was able to convince Igbos to be foolish, to burn down their place, to burn down their shops, sit at home, and all of that, because they are poor. They are poor in mentality, because they couldn't question him. They couldn't ask questions. For me, I ask questions. Why should my people sit at home in Akwa Ibom? I ask simple question. Why? Simple. They couldn't answer. So we can't sit at home. Why would my people burn down shops? They're simple. How can you burn down people's shops? So it's poor. It's poor mentality. Anywhere you see evil strive or they use evil to control, it's because these people are poor. Poor, mostly poor in their mental, in their ment, in their brain mentality. Poor mentality, poor brain. And it's not just education that we can eradicate that. Not just classroom education. Political education, religious education is the kind of education that they need. And self-development is what they need to be able to help themselves out of this situation. So those are the people. Obi goes around gathering poor people, gathering people that are poor to come and listen to him. And no wonder Obi told us. Now let us listen to what Obi said. Let us listen to what Obi said. Because of that, I just want to show you something. No, just to confirm what I'm saying. And you see the people that was with him, you see their reactions. Pay attention to this.
I got the advice from a madman.
You see?
God have mercy upon
Listen,
The madman who lives there, when I came as the governor, came to impress me and everybody's pushing away. I said no. I must hug him. And when I hugged him, he asked me a question. Am I looking for this? He told me exactly what to do.
You see that? The best advice he got it from a madman. And he needed to listen to their reaction. Their reaction there was, wow. So a madman gave Obi advice. And then this madman always stay on the floor somewhere. And he's been there for years. Obi never saved him. Obi never. I don't even want to go deeper because we'll talk more later. But I just wanted to show you the kind of people that Obi gather to support him. These are poor people. You need to realize that these are poor people. Anybody that promotes Obi is a poor person. Is a foolish person, have a poor mindset. And that is why they do it. You understand me? I can tell you now. Now, most of the thing that is going on now is another trending information, of course. Things have changed. Things have changed right now. Things have changed. The political calculation have changed. Right now, just like I said before, the most popular, will I say, Igbo man in the Southeast is now in charge of the City Boy movement. And I saw them today visiting, they visited Hobu Sodima. Hobu Sodima, which is like the chairman of the movement as well. And I saw Obi Kubana visited Hobu Sodima to present his agenda, and even Kubana chief priest was there. But I'm saying this because these are the biggest people in the Southeast trying to play their cards. So let's see how all these calculations, how this political game will work. But I can tell you, it's already stirring some emotions, and some people like Very That Man has come out to say something. But let me just play you a video of this. You see Gubana, he's so happy that he has been given this position. I think by Sheyi Tinubu, is a barrister Sheyi Tinubu, right? Has given Obi Kubana this position as the zonal leader. And now, of course, Obi Kubana will always bring his team, like chief priest, to come and support. But pay attention to the celebration. You know, they all came together. See? City boy. You can see chief priest there. This thing is too long. I'm not here for this today, but I will still talk about it later because it doesn't going to get old. This news is not going to get old. But what I want to point out here is that Obi Kubana was saying that things is not going to be the same again. Things are going to be working now with the city boy. I don't know what is it. What is the ideology? Anytime somebody joins the city boy, they always say things are not going to be the same. Things are going to be changing. Things are going to be working. Is it that whenever you join the city boy, something straight happened to you? You just all of a sudden understand that, man, this is possible. We can make it happen. Let's do it. Let's work together to make it happen. So yes, the confidence that I see in Obi Kubana, it might be true or not. It might be pretentious or pretending. We don't know yet. But when it's time, we'll truly know. But I can actually say that the appointment of Obi Kubana as the head or zonal leader in the Southeast will contribute something successful. Will add more votes to President Tinubu. Trust me, we'll add more vote and support to President Tinubu in the Southeast. Yeah, that's what it's going to do. But now look at the reaction of Very Dark Man. Very Dark Man is upset that that chief priest is now being called into, because I told you Obi Kubana will bring his other people, and that is why he was appointed, because he knows he's like kind of a big fish in the southeast. So he's going to bring other people to join, and chief priests have joined. But now listen to what Very Dark Man have said. Kubana chief priest, since I saw you your post with the governor of Imo, I need to know how I will roll with you from now. You have shown some threat that isn't okay with me. Last year, you vowed not to campaign for Tinubu after Nnamdi Kanu was in prison. But now you are flagging for City Boy movement. This is from Very Dark Man. Remember the time when Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced to life imprisonment? We saw the reaction of Obi Kubana. I wish I also brought it here. I said, Obi Kubana is always pretending, but he later said that, yeah, he's just talking for his people or whatever. But yeah, but there's peace in Igbo land and all of that. So now, and it was like, he was angry initially. I don't know what, of course, he's their brother. They will still have that pattern of fight or anger. But then he came back to say that, yes, there's peace in Igbo land. But now, Very Dark Man is like, oh, I'm not going to trust you again, because you say you're not going to support Tinubu. Now you are supporting Tinubu, this and that and that and that and that. You see that kind of a thing. So that tells you that Obi Governor appointment in the southeast as the zonal leader is something very big. Oh boy, it's something very big, and it's going to bring progress. Well, it's going to bring in more support for President Tinubu in the southeast. Trust me. And the people already knows. But that has explained to me what we already know about Very Dark Man, which we'll talk about it later. You see, many people have been telling me, see, I talk about Very Dark. I don't want to talk about him because his already mission is failed. He's failed on arrival. We have listened to Very Dark Man call out Sheyi Barasa Sheyi Tinubu many times. Maybe he thought that they will use him. But what's that? Very Dark Man, which zone does he represent? Because I don't know where he come from. Sometimes he pretend he say he come from Edo, but his behavior does not sound Edo. Very Dark Man, his behavior does not sound Edo, but that is not where I'm going to. So I was thinking, I think Very Dark Man was thinking that Barrister Sheyi Tinubu will call him to give him some position as well, because he has been positioning himself for 2027 campaign. Many of you don't know that all this thing that Very Dark Man is doing is to position himself for 2027 election. Now, we listened the other day, he said Burna Boy gave him money, whether it's true or false. So all this money that is gathering, what is it for? I'm telling you guys, get ready, man. All of them are positioning for campaign. They use him and he's positioning for campaign, Very Dark Man. But the sign now might not look positive, depending on where you stand for. Because if he does not stand on the side of the city boy, he's going to fail. Oh, somebody says he's from Auchi. Okay. So if he doesn't stand on the side of the city boy, he's going to fail. He's going to fail. It doesn't matter who that person is. Very Dark Man, anybody, mention all of them. It's not going to work. The city boy is on the throne, and nobody can bring him down. I get it, nobody, because it is the time. The gods of the land have spoken. Aki Wumi said, no serious and intelligent candidate can talk about Muslim ticket again in presidential election in Nigeria, because things they don't cast totally. No mumu again in the market. Things are clear and net. Okay, that reminds me of the Southwest. Please, the Southwest. Of course, I know you guys are ready. No other party except the party that support the city boy can succeed in the Southwest come this 2027. That's our own mandate. That's our own strategy. No, we will never allow. We will never allow. We will never allow anybody to come and take away our vote or confuse us or do anything. No. So all of us in the Southwest, South, North, we need to vote massively in a way that to make a statement that Nigeria is back on track. It will be something that will be talked about. That, look at the past 5 years or 10 years or almost every election. I mean, we look at count the vote. It's not even up to 10% of Nigerian population. It's not even up to 10% of Nigerian population. So we have to send a statement. We have to make a statement. We will come out in mass and vote. We need to vote massively. We need over how many votes? Over 50 million votes for President Tinubu. We need to come out in mass and vote. Because many Nigerians say they don't want to vote, they don't want to participate. There's reason for you to participate. There's lots of reason now. Which is going to, most of them are going to mature very well in 2027, early 2027, but late 2026, you should begin to see them. But you have reasons. Your children are not going to school. Students are not going, young people are not going to school. Young people now have money. And very soon, just like I said, if the digitalization system, of course, that President Tinubu is building, we can be able to distribute money for everybody that needs it. Yes, there should be a welfare system. A welfare beneficiary system. It exists everywhere in the world. A welfare system that is transparent, not just like the trader money. Remember the trader money, they used to go and share money to some people. Even right now, they are still sharing money to households. Are you not aware? You're not aware. Many households are benefiting from monies that are being shared to households that has been identified. But we need a digitalization system. We need a system, a benefit system, a reward system that can pay everybody. There's a criteria that it will dictate. If you don't have jobs, it will dictate it, and you should pay people, man. This is how it's supposed to be. Pay people, share the money. I've said it many times. Somebody says it's going to cost, but it's not going to cost any problem, man. I live in a system where it's working. They share the money. Share the money. What it does is that it will make people to be able to even make a living, to search for job, to do training, to go and get a job or improve themselves. You give them a period. We are going to give you this money so time. You put them on a training, and so they should get a job, or train them, give them job. That's it. So share the money. I'm part of the people saying the President Tinubu should share the money. We have enough money. We should not allow only few people to eat the money, only few criminals. Let the system work, let the digital system work so that people can get the benefit system, the reward system that can benefit all Nigerians. Through their NIN, you can know how much they are getting their money. Maybe you can trigger maybe 2,000 naira every month for them. You can trigger 1,000 stipend every month for every Nigerians. Use it. Let it work. This is the best system. President Tinubu will be the best president ever. If you put a system that is going to, a benefit system that is going to sustain Nigeria to a certain period, even to help them build and become something, just like it works in every other project. You give them small money, you give them a period, you train them, you put them on a job, or you set up a business for them and all of that. They are leveraging all those private companies who are ready to support. So these are the things that we are asking the government. This is something working. So it can only work if we have a robust digital system, so that all those data system can be integrated. All those identities can be integrated, like our BVN, like our NIN, to do a proper analysis with the AI system, which is very possible right now with the AI system that can actually, it doesn't matter. Let's start. How much, because there are some people who say, oh, what about people in the villages? We cannot get to them. Well, let's just start. Everything that is started can be improved. That is why I did not talk about the tax system, because it doesn't matter whether it's wrong or good or bad. It is something good. Start it until you begin to improve on it. Let us always start. Let us don't wait till things become better or perfect. It will never going to be a perfect time. There's no perfect time in anything, in anywhere in the world, in anything at all. There is never a perfect time. Things will not be perfect before you begin to implement it. It's never going to work. So, but you start with what you have and you begin to implement on it for it to work. So, I think I've spoken for almost 3 hours. I have 14 minutes to close down now, guys. I have 14 minutes to close down. What am I trying to say? My topic today was about how President Tinubu has shocked all of them, shocked all his enemies, and he's still winning. And they are all shocked. They are all shocked because they are surprised. How is President Tinubu still winning? President Tinubu have shocked Obi Atiku El Rufai and other people. They are still shocked. How is President Tinubu still winning? Upon all these lies, upon all this propaganda, upon all these narratives that we have pushed, how come he's still winning? Remember the latest propaganda from El Rufai. What's his name? Yes, El Rufai. We saw El Rufai. Was it on Arise TV? Yes. Olatunji said 2027 election will surely be a special day in Nigeria history. Yes, thank you very much. Akiwumi said, Stephen, that means, Stephen said only Mumu people listen to this fool. Okay, Stephen. So the people that listen to Nnamdi Kanu and Obi, who are they? What did they achieve? Nothing. Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS. Obi is roaming about on the street of Nigeria, abusing Nigerians, abusing Nigeria, and expecting to be a president. Who are the fools? Igbos, Igbo Biafra, and you, Ipong. You are the people that they are foolish. And I love the answer of Akinwumi. So Akinwumi says, so that means you are a big mumu for also listening to yourself. And you guys are too scared of the harsh, hard, better truth from Isima. Of course, these guys are a bunch of, they're afraid of me. Igbo Biafra are afraid of Isima. If they are not, come and challenge me. They can never challenge. You will never see them. There can never be any obedient people or disobedient that can come and Obi idiot that can come and challenge, because they know that I'm going to deal with them because I have a lot of information. They can only be talking on platforms where people don't have a lot of information to just listen to them. But if they come to me, I can give it to them. Facts, they cannot. Even Igbo Biafra, they are scared of me now. Have you seen? All of them are running for a long time. All of them have been, they hide their face in shame. All of them hide their face in shame. With all the connections they have, with all the monies they have, with all the Igbos everywhere, they cannot release Nnamdi Kanu. It's a shame. He's still in DSS. I think that will be my next topic some time ago, because to mark how many 6 months of 6 months of Nnamdi Kanu in DSS. 29 of November, December, 29 of December, that is 2. 29 of January, that is 3. So it's 3 months. So it's already 3 months. So we have 3 months already to celebrate 6 months of Nnamdi Kanu in DSS Sokoto prison. So yeah, don't worry. All of them, they have tried. They have seen many messages, how they are contributing money. They are just deceiving themselves. Oh boy, no, now go sleep. If Chimamanda, your most educated person, can come to tell us on a live program that is supporting Obi because he's an Igbo man, what are you talking about? Why are you afraid, or why do you feel pain when I call out your names because you are Igbo, because you voted for your brother because he's Igbo, so you don't want us to talk about Igbo? What are you talking about? So anyways, that is by the way. So guys, I don't want to stay too long because I have something I want to do. So today, 10 minutes to go. 1 a.m. I'm going to end the live. So that's it. That's it. There are so many other things, but I don't want to fix all of it. It's already too long, because some people complain that they are not able to listen to all my video. My video is very long. Most people are complaining now, so I'm trying to reduce my videos now, guys. So I mean, you might see my program very short, or even not, because many people are saying they can't. The videos are too long. Okay, yeah. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for that. I see you. Thank you for all of you that support me here on TikTok. I know I don't come often, so each time I don't come often, the algorithm drops. I'm planning to come off very soon. I'll be live every time. Remember, we're going to go to 10 days straight up. 10 days broadcasting, talking about politics, talking about everything. 10 days broadcast is coming. We are getting ready for the city boy. Are you getting me now? So they have all failed. Oh, what a wonder. What a wonder. How they have failed. How Obi has failed. If you need to see all these lies, all these emotional, have you listened to Obi with his small voice, with the campaign of Igbos on TikTok, Igbo Biafra? You need to see them now with the campaign of Obi idiot. They all still failed, man. They all still failed. I listened to one the other day. They were like, "Oh, if they don't give Obi a ticket, you see what we are going to do. You see what I'm going to do to ADC. This and that. They just that's how they graduate their way into politics. Obi did the same, transactional. Obi played a transactional kind of politics. He went there lobby people for them to leave their position and give it to him so that he become the presidential candidate. This and that. That's the kind of, if Obi can be lobbying Labour Party. I remember 2023, Obi was on the Labour Party just 1 month to the party, to the election or something like that. Obi came in, and then he suddenly was declared. He didn't even participate in the primaries, but he was declared and given a primary a flag bearer, the presidential ticket. How? Obi does not follow protocols. Obi does not follow process. He wants to do things overnight. Yet he said he wants to be the one to fix Nigeria. He presents himself as someone that can fix Nigeria when he cannot even come on a party
party rules, common party principles. He cannot even keep. Yet he wants to say he wants to come and rule Nigeria. He can follow protocols. He can follow rule of law. It's not possible, man. If you're, it's only a fool that is not paying attention to all these things. But we pay attention to these things and we don't understand. I get it me now. He has not admitted that he destroyed the people of Anambra. He destroyed the lives of people in Anambra. He destroyed the state, Anambra state, and in extension destroyed Nigeria, because Nigeria is made up of how many states? So if every state is not working like the Anambra, like the Southeast people state, it means Nigeria could have been in a more jeopardy. But the reason why, upon what the Igbos are saying, that Nigeria is not working, this and that, the reason why Nigeria has not collapsed is because other part of the country is working. But if you go to their space is not working. They are sitting at home. They are doing all kinds of things. That tells you that, man, they are the one that are trying to bring the country down. And that is where Obi comes from. And he never mentioned anything up to today. Now, I've been expecting Obi to talk about the sit at home, or to talk about, yes, what Soludo have done in Anambra, because Obi have never mentioned anything. Obi don't talk about things that concern his own people. Obi don't mention things happening in his own place. But Obi is quick to talk about things that happen in other people's place. So we understand the tactics of Obi, man. We are very soon, man. We can. For me, I don't want to even be talk about him, because he's a failure. He's a big time failure, and nothing can change Obi. He's been like that for years. So if you don't know him, forget about it. We know him, and we can tell you. People that know him knows the truth, and that is why many of those, nobody is working with him, because I remember one of our brother that came here to say that he's going to put like a bet money 10,000. Anybody that can tell us who work with Obi. Remember, as a governor, you should have people working with you as a governor. You should have people working with you as a governor. So where are those people that work for Obi? Where are those councillors that work for Obi? You see, that's the point. So the truth is that these guys, especially Obi, Atiku, all of them, they are in the same category. Obi already confirmed it. If you want me to play it, I can play that they are all his colleagues. So you see what we're talking about now. So yeah, President Tinubu have shocked all of them, up and continue to shock them. President Tinubu is still on the throne, no matter what. No matter how they are trying. Atiku tried, El Rufai tried. The latest one I wanted to say is how El Rufai, you know El Rufai now, Nasir El Rufai, the former governor of Kano. Is it Kano or Kaduna? Kano. Is it Kano or Kaduna? Eh? I don't even mix the two together. Look at it. He came out on Chinese television allegedly saying that Tinubu stole money every month, that President Tinubu is stealing 100 million. Is it 100 billion or $100 million? Thank you very much. He was a former governor of Kaduna. That's what I'm referring to. Allegedly, we saw a video. Some people say it's AI or not, but we need to talk about it, because it is this video that is making waves everywhere, that Igbos are using to run propaganda against President Tinubu. Is it true that El Rufai makes such statements? And if El Rufai makes such statement, the UNUS or the law is, of course, is bound. It is a responsibility on El Rufai to come and tell us, provide evidence of where or how President Tinubu have been stealing money, 100 million every month. That's what we are talking about. So just like I said before, all these things that they have done against Tinubu still shocked them and defeated them, and is still winning. You see the point now? So there are so many which we don't even know. We don't even know the one that are speaking in Igbo in their groups, what they are saying against Tinubu that we don't know, that is not true. We don't even know the ones that El Rufai is speaking in his language in groups, in somewhere in his group, and they are talking. You know, remember the Fulani people or the Hausa people, they can have different conversations. So who knows the kind of lie that El Rufai has spoken or has messaged people, and who knows what they are saying? The same thing with the Igbos. Who knows the kind of lies that these guys have used their language to disseminate, or everywhere? Even, can you imagine the way they speak, the way what they do? If they can tell or even use English to tell us lies and propaganda, think about it. What they would speak about President Tinubu in their own dialect, in their language. So this is what we are talking about. And I'm saying that in the combination of all these things, even with the language that we don't even hear, with their own language and what they say in their neighborhood, in their household, in secret places against Tinubu, they all still failed. There's a challenge on. If Obi thinks that he can challenge the city, but should come on board. Stop painting the country black with propaganda. That's not how to win election. You will never win election with lying, with calling Nigeria names, or with saying all kinds of things. No, it's not going to win election. You need to rise up and come up with a better plan on how to defeat Tinubu. It's not possible. I mean, I'm saying he has to be democratic. That's why I'm calling you guys. Contest and see if he's going to win. The only way to prove how you are powerful is not by making noise. I see all of you make noise everywhere. Atiku make noise, Obi make noise, El Rufai, all of you. The only way to show how powerful you are is to win Tinubu. If you don't win Tinubu, man, you are like a rat. You are like a rat. It's just like what we have said. The rising giant say the great Nsima, thank you very much. Olatunji say we need all round candidate to become our leader. Like Tinubu, we don't need a tribal leader like Obi as a president. Thank you very much. So guys, I don't have much time. May God bless all of you. Let us continue to pray for our president for good health, for good knowledge, so that he continue to lead us right. Let us pray for those people working with him, his cabinet members and people and his team of people, because you see, all these things is not possible without the help of the people working with President Tinubu. Those people need to be truthful, need to be healthy, need to do what they need to do to order to support President Tinubu. So let's pray for them, man. For President Tinubu to succeed in many ways is because of the people working with him. Let them continue to speak the truth. Let them do what they need to do by themselves. Let there be no sabotage among them. That is our prayers. So let us pray for good health for our president, for knowledge and understanding to execute all his plans that he has for the progress of this country. Because we are already seeing that this country is already back on track under President Tinubu. Let us pray for our Vice President, of course, Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON. Let us pray for our uncommon Senate President, distinguished Kosi Akpabio. Let us pray for you, patriotic Nigerians, because right now we have a challenge for us to rise up, to play our own part as a responsible citizen. We have a part to play. The part to call our leaders accountable, the part to not allow anybody to demarket our country, the part to boycott all boycottables, boycott all people that are demarketing our country, boycott their product, boycott their services, boycott all boycottables. We have a part to play in order to protect our country. For many years, we have been keeping quiet. I say it's been over 60 years. These guys continue to demarket the country, run down propaganda, sell fake drugs, sell out fake drinks, children, baby food, all kinds of things, do all this kidnapping and cannibalism, and we keep quiet. So how long are we going to continue to do all of this? It's time for us to rise up, to speak up against all these atrocities. May God bless you. May God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Of course, you know my name is Akparawa Nsima, the first son of Idu. Our job is to make sure that we continue to fight in order to defend and to protect our land. May God bless you. Abasiri on all of you. Thank you very much. And bye for now, guys. Stay blessed until I come your way next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching me on X and Facebook and YouTube. Thank you. May God bless you.